Warning, the Stone Age Gamer includes a lot of bad language. Cover your mother ears.
I'm going to say for this, good evening, and welcome to the Stone Age Gamer Podcast. I'm Kris Randazzo, and joining me tonight is glasses-free 3D experience with a slider, Dan Ryan.
I don't know, with the slider part got me.
I was just feeling oddly specific. I ad-libbed that. I didn't write that down. That was all improv.
Oh my god, that was so good. Do that from now on.
We're doing 3DS starter kits tonight. If you had $100 to start a physical 3DS collection, which game should you get? Prepare to make some heartbreaking cuts because the Stone Age Gamer Podcast starts now. Hi everyone, this is episode 475. It's the week of August 11th, 2023, and Dan, just 11 hours ago, that's how on the ball I am, Atari released a trailer for Quantum Recharged, release date announcement trailer. When do you think the release date's going to be?
Let's see, today is August 4th of 2023. I'm going to go ahead and say August 9th of 2024. It's a year away.
My God.
No, like next month.
Let's see. It's coming up to the end. This game looks so fucking cool. Quantum Recharged, August 17th.
No, all right.
That's pretty close. Yeah. I'll buy that for $1. Actually, I'll buy it for $10 because that's probably what it's going to cost.
I would definitely buy it for $1 if they would let me have it for that much.
Absolutely. I don't know. I mean, I could still vie for. We haven't done reviews for any of the Recharge games in a little while. I could try to vie for a review code for it. I'm still hoping to get a review code for Mr. Run and Jump because I seem to be the magazine's Atari guy. Like that seems to be where I land. Like I just did a preview for it's not Atari, but the Karateka making of Karateka thing. So
nice.
I don't know. Well, I'll put in for it. See if they're interested in reviewing. I had never played Quantum before Atari 50.
Sure.
Yeah, it was never on my radar. It's a pretty neat game. But this Recharge one looks so freaking cool. I am into that. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
I'm all right. I've been just exhausted this week. They have been doing out on the main road out front of my house, and then the side roads and whatnot, the cul-de-sacs, as it were, or the courts, if you're that kind of person. They have been repaving, and they had to like chop up parts of the old street and smooth everything out, and then they're coming around and putting like the reflectors in and doing that whole fucking thing, right? Which is great. It's nice to have a beautifully smooth road. It's, my tax dollars at work. All of that fucking shit is wonderful.
The one right in front of your house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that road was pretty shit last time I was there.
Oh my God, it was terrible. Yeah, it was real bad.
That's good. That warms my heart to know that the cogs are turning and the things that are supposed to be happening happen. That's good.
It's wonderful. However, because my house is very close
to
the highway and is very much on this road, like it's the weirdest thing. Like when I go to work, 295 is like one of the major highways in New Jersey. Goes from Delaware up to like North Jersey. It is the turnpike alternative, right? If you don't want to pay the toll, you get on 295. From the time I pull out of my driveway, I am on 295 in like 0.8 seconds, right? It's like fucking Batman when he comes out of the Batcave and he's like flying down the fucking road already. That's what my morning commute is like, because I am right on the on-ramp, and I have to be going like 70, 75 to get in and fucking merge, because it's New Jersey, and people drive like they're in New Jersey. So it's just fucking wild. Like, that's how close it is to my house. So because of that, and because it's a major entry point for a highway, they are starting the construction at seemingly first light of dawn. so that they can try to get work done before they are swamped with everybody trying to get on 295. Which means that my dogs have been getting me up because Tiff and the girls somehow are able to sleep through it. I don't know how they are, because I'm fucking not. They have been getting me up at the first light of dawn.
My dog has been... So, and Naga's having some tummy troubles. And,
Sure.
The night before last, she woke me up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, was there thunder? I don't know what's going on. And then like...
Last night, I don't think so.
No, 2 nights ago, because I assume if there's, a thunderstorm is usually what wakes her up, and then
Sure.
I couldn't figure it out, and I just rolled over and went back to sleep. I gave her some head scritches and rolled over and went back to sleep. Turns out she, like, really needed to go shit in the yard. So we learned
Don't
that
we
in the
all
morning
sometimes?
when, like, Karen finally came downstairs, and then, like, she let the dog out, and she went running out in the yard and promptly painted it.
At least she held it, though.
She did. She's very good at that. But I felt bad because, like, well, if I could have helped her.
I could have helped her 5 hours ago.
She came over to wake me up. So, okay, so this morning, and now granted, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't so bad. I was getting ready to get up anyway.
Sure.
She comes crying over to the side of the bed, and I'm like, all right, let's go. But the thing about Naga is she won't do anything without Karen.
Okay.
And, like, when I say she won't do anything without Karen, the last time we went to visit the in-laws for 2 days, she didn't fucking eat for 2 days because Karen wasn't there to feed her. My mom gave her the food. She refused to eat because she will not eat until Karen has eaten.
Well,
That's a fucking problem. But,
that's weird.
So this morning, I get up and I try to walk her out of the room. She's like, no. Okay, but why did you wake me up? You woke me up. You came to me. So
well, you got to wake Karen up so Karen's not mad at her.
Yeah, but then Karen will be mad at me.
Well, yeah, but Naga knows that Karen won't be mad at her, so it's all good. She's a very smart dog.
I went downstairs. I got the fucking leash, right? Because the leash would, at one point in our lives, the leash was like the thing. Like, all right, go get the leash and she'll come do what I say. Not this time. Dead fucking weight. I put the leash on and she looks at me, went back into her bed, dead weight. Like, okay. I tried. I fucking tried.
Fuck
right?
you then. Yeah.
3 hours later, Karen comes downstairs with the dog. She goes running outside and finally relieves herself. I'm like, I'm not trying anymore. Right?
I'm done. I'm out.
This is some you shit right here. I'm not going to wake Karen up because that makes my life more miserable. You want to wake her up? You do your thing. But fucking weird ass dog.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's great. I love that dog. But holy shit,
she rules.
She's a great dog. But my God, the obsession with Karen continues to get more deep. Like as time goes on, it's like I used to be able to feed her, and then one day she decided, no, I can't eat without her here. No, I will not relieve myself without. I will do nothing but sulk.
She has to watch me poop.
Oh, she can't watch her poop. She has to let her out. But if she sees Karen through the window, she will stop mid-shit and run to the door.
I mean, to be fair, I'm the same way with Tiff. Like
when you're out shitting in the yard.
I'm out shitting in the yard. If I see her in the window, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta stop. I gotta pinch it off real quick and go running back over. Hey, good morning, hun. How you doing? Everything's fine here. Just, shitting in the yard. Didn't think you'd notice with all the dogs.
Good times.
Good times, great oldies. Yeah, that's fuck, man, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. That's some
It's the dog's problem, not mine.
I know. That's some wild shit.
She will but she won't shit in the house. Like it takes a lot to make that thing shit in the house. Like it's got to be like beyond a problem. She will shit out of her ears accidentally before she intentionally poops on the floor.
That's awesome. I wish I had that problem. We have one dog right now who seemingly she is fine all day, but there is a very thin window of time between when Freya is done eating and when she is about to start shitting. And what's super cool about it is that it's a different sized window every day. It's still thin, like, but sometimes it's as thin as like a dog, because she won't do it while anybody else is eating. But like the last morsel of food will be picked up by one of them, and then boom, we're shitting in the fucking laundry room. Because like we have a split level house, so the laundry room is like the mud room to go outside, right? But then other times, like, it'll be like 30 seconds after they're done. Or sometimes it'll be like a minute. But I never know. And sometimes I can catch her. Like, I have to... But they won't eat. If I'm standing there looking at them, they won't, like, all run up to me. But they'll look at me like, can we help you? Is there something you needed? We're busy, but we can't do it if you watch. So... I have to, like, pretend I'm not standing there to run and try to get this fucking dog outside to poop after she eats. It is just the most fun part of my day. I look forward to it. It's a challenge. Am I picking it up today in the house or not? I lose most of the time. She's gross, and she's leaving in like 2 weeks, and I'm very happy about it. She does, fuck. Because she's also the one who gets all the other dogs going at the fucking ass crack of dawn when the construction workers go. She's also, like, she starts that. She has a very specific, high-pitched, like, it's almost like she's down in the dog room being like, hey, asshole, they're doing something outside, you should go look. I know it sounds exactly like it sounded yesterday, and the day before, literally every other day this week, but today, it might be a problem. You should check it out. I know it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. So, anyway, I'm tired. That's a short story long. I'm fucking tired, man. It's been a long week. Because once I'm up, I'm up. I can't go back to sleep. I can't nap. I wish I could. Can't do it.
Yeah, going back to sleep has never really been my forte either.
Oh, guys, I'm terrible at it. I try every now and again, like I'll lay on the couch and be like, all right, Tiff's at work. Kids are upstairs doing whatever 14-year-olds do in their room. Yeah, I don't fucking know. They're not doing what I was doing at 14. I guarantee you that much, because they're here. So, like, unless I am missing some real obvious shit, it's very, very different than when I was 14 years old. I digress. Children are upstairs. The dogs are down for their nap. Everybody's kind of chilling. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to close my eyes. And then I just sit there on the couch thinking, this is fucking stupid. I'm a grown-ass man. Why am I trying to nap like a toddler? And I can't fucking do it.
Huh.
Yeah. Just can't do it.
I can.
There's so much other shit to do.
Yeah, I hear that. I can sometimes get to sleep if I really need to nap, but the problem is that I almost always feel worse. Not worse, but it always fucks up the rest of my day.
Yeah. Because then you don't sleep at night.
Yeah, it's tired when it's time to go to bed, and then I make myself stay up late, trying to fit in as much as I can in that little extra time that's very exclusively mine. Yeah,
it's fucking stupid. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. And I could, knowing that they're doing this construction, right, I could switch my like bedtime schedule around. But like legit, when I tell you that these guys are out there working at like, they are starting their shift at like 5 a.m. is when they're out there. Like, yeah, 'cause they have to, like,
No,
or
I
else
get
they would never get anything done because they have to get out there and get, like, there's a pretty decent chunk of work you can get done fucking a street up with a big old machine in a couple hours, you know, but you can't do that as everybody's pissed off and trying to go to work and fucking doing this, that, and the other. So, you know. Anyway. I bought the show, finally.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, it went on sale.
Talk to me about baseball.
It went on sale for $40, and I was like, well, fuck yeah. I can do that. I'm going to buy the show and make the Yankees.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do these things. I probably shouldn't, because it's going to kill my productivity for the next, for a while, but whatever.
The next year.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's really good. My favorite thing, and this is like a weird baseball nerd thing, but they changed the sound that the ball makes coming off the bat depending on the timing and the location of where you hit the ball. So if you hit it in the sweet spot, like right in the center of your barrel with a perfectly timed swing and all of that, you get this really amazing crack of the bat. It just sounds gorgeous. And if you hit it like on the inside part, like the pitch is inside and you swing a little early or a little late and you get jammed, like it makes a higher pitched, like a tinier sound because it's a thinner part of the bat. It adds so much like realistic depth to the game itself. It's so fucking cool. And I just like, as I'm playing, I'm like, that's like, I don't even need to know. Like, I could just listen to the sound of the bat and know if it's going to be, like a base hit or a double, home run, foul ball, like whatever. It's fucking awesome. I really, really like it. And they also,
that's nice.
They fixed, last year was a problem. The first couple of years that Shohei was in the game, they didn't do a really good job of incorporating Shohei Ohtani's ability in real life. He's currently, if not the best pitcher in baseball, like the second or third best pitcher in baseball, and he is also the best offensive player in baseball currently. Right? Like the things that Shohei Ohtani is doing, the things he is doing in the sport it's fucking mind-blowing. Like, it honestly, truly, it is remarkable and deserves to be remarked upon. It is so fucking crazy what this guy is able to do. But because in the show, they did not have, in the online modes and whatever, they didn't have the designated hitter. Because it wasn't universal in Major League Baseball up until like last season or whatever. So they didn't have the designated hitter in the online mode. So that totally fucked up the way that Shohei was able to be in the game, because he had to, if you wanted him to both like pitch and hit, you had to sub him in as a hitter for the pitcher, and then you could like leave him in to pitch. It was fucking weird. It sucked. Or you could just bat him, like, but then you would have to take him out in a game because of the way the stamina worked. It was a fucking pain in the ass. It was stupid. They fixed it for this year, which is really fucking cool. Like, it's about time that you fix it for like literally the greatest player of our generation, and really that anyone has ever seen. This guy is incredible. And it's just...
Is it MLB, the Shohei?
The Shohei. Yeah, it's fucking... Like, this dude, legit, he's going to be a free agent at the end of this year.
Than it was.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, like, waiting for a break, waiting for you to stop talking so I can make the joke. I've been thinking about it for, like, 15, 20 seconds at least, and, like, I'm going to drop this and Dan's going to laugh. It's going to be fucking great. Crickets.
I'm sorry. It's Not the
it's
first
okay.
time
It really wasn't that funny. And upon reflection, it's like, this is vaguely clever at best. I'm just tired and have been around too many children lately.
Not the first time I've heard it. To be fair, to be fair, but like legit, this guy is a free agent.
Have you started watching Letterkenny yet?
What?
Did you start watching Letterkenny yet, or are you just saying to be fair because of me?
I just said it because of you. I was repeating you.
How dare you?
He's going to get a contract this offseason that $50 million a year.
Good God, what do you do with that?
I don't know, but like if you consider the top pitchers in baseball, or the top pitcher in baseball right now is Garrett Cole, pitches for the Yankees. He makes $36 million a year. Okay. $36 million to pitch every 5 days. Pretty
Chump
good.
Change.
And any small children out there listening to the podcast, learn how to throw a fucking ball. That's my advice from your Uncle Dan. Learn how to throw a baseball good. So Garrett Cole gets $36 million a year. The top hitters in baseball make $37 million a year. So Shohei Ohtani is, if not the best pitcher, the second best pitcher, and if not the top offensive player, the second best offensive player. Shouldn't he theoretically get a contract equal to both of those things? Because that would put him at close to, like, no shit, $70 million a year. That's the kind of production you get out of him as a player.
Okay, but what is he producing? What exactly does he produce?
Wins, runs, steals, home runs, batting average, on base percentage.
Is that worth that much money?
Yes. I mean, no. Honestly, it's a fucking game. Of course it's not.
Is anything worth that much money?
It's worth what somebody will pay for it. You know?
I would argue that what you do for a living is worth far more than what they do for a living.
I would argue that as well. But
Dad's a stripper, by the way.
Yes, I am a firefighting stripper.
It's amazing to see him do them both at the same time.
Who's also a vet. I will put out a fire, perform surgery on a dog, and fucking take my dick out.
With style.
Not in that order. But play in that order. No, like it's just it's
why do people listen to this podcast, man?
I don't know. I do know why new people don't listen. I don't know why old people do. Not that you're all old, but veteran listeners. I don't know why you guys hang around.
I mean, I'm having a good time.
So am I.
I just look around. Every time and then I sit back and I think, this is special. Anyway, go on. It's baseball. We're talking about baseball.
It's a special kind of bullshit that happened. So, like, fuck, what was I even saying? I don't remember where I was going with this.
You were taking your dick out and performing surgery on a dog. I don't know.
Not with my dick, though. That would be weird. That would be weird.
He sharpens it before it's sterile. Don't worry.
It's fine. I scrub up. I want you to think we're running some fly-by-night dick surgery operation here.
He's got an office. It's not in an alley.
I mean, it is, but it's a nice office. That's fine.
The Dr. Nick of dick surgeons.
Hi, everybody. Oh, God damn it. Oh, God. So man. Baseball. Anyway, I don't fucking know, man. Like, so this is what I was going to say.
This guy's super good at baseball.
He's real good at baseball. He's going to make a lot of money. The thing of it is, right, a couple of years ago, the Yankees signed CC Sabathia to, like, a huge contract. And I don't remember, he was making, like, $20 million a year.
I was going to say, is he still playing? What do you mean by a couple of years ago?
No. Yeah, like 10 years ago? I don't know. Time has no meaning.
Jeez. Because I was like, whoa, I remember that guy being like, when I was watching the Yankees, like, before John was born.
But he, like, so CC Sabathia was making something like absurd 10, 15 years ago, like $20 million, $18 million, something like that, whatever, per season. And people were like, oh my God, how are they ever going to fucking afford this guy with all this and that and blah, 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 blah. The Yankees made enough profit off of just selling hot dogs at the stadium in one
hot
season.
Dogs are like $35 a pop, so
sure, but they made enough profit off of selling hot dogs in one season to pay for 3 years of CC Sabathia's salary.
I mean, that's like 8 hot dogs, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if you give Shohei Ohtani $70 million just from the Japanese advertisers that, I mean, it's no... Motherfucker's name is Shohei Ohtani. If you didn't know, he's not American. He's a Japanese ball player. And the Japanese
Shohei
media...
from Jersey.
Shohei from round the way. He's from Piscataway. Anyway,
Shohei Piscataway.
Shohei Piscataway. Just a fucking Japanese advertiser will come in and give you whatever money Shohei's making, especially in New York City. If he signs with the Yankees in the offseason, fucking shit. It's ridiculous. So, anyway, they fixed him in the show. Pretty cool. Fucking goddamn it. It makes me happy to go in and play this game and do a much better job of being the general manager of the New York Yankees than Brian Cashman is. There was a fucking report that came out today. They had to send one of their pitchers home, Kris, Domingo Germán. He had he voluntarily, quote unquote, checked into an alcohol abuse treatment facility. So he's an alcoholic, which is a disease. He's suffering, getting the help that he needs. That is outstanding to hear. He has had domestic violence issues in the past, stemming most likely from the alcohol abuse, which doesn't excuse it, but at least there is a reason behind it. He's not just an asshole. He's an asshole and an alcoholic. But the story
Two great tastes that taste great together.
Yeah. The story that came out, and I just thought, maybe I'm just too old, or like, because I hate when I think this way about things that I read, because it makes me feel like one of them, Kris, and I don't want to feel like one of them who's like, maybe they're a bit too soft. But the Yankees, in their official statement on dealing with Domingo Germán before he was sent home from the facility, that he was put into the sauna to try and sweat the alcohol out of his system in the clubhouse, which is fine. That part was okay. And then they said they barricaded him in the team's nap room at the stadium. And I thought to myself, wait a sec. These grown-ass men that are playing baseball for a living have a nap room in the fucking stadium. Maybe we've gotten too soft, Kris.
Back in my day, we didn't nap when we played baseball. We played doubleheaders 3 times a day. We smoked cigars while we did it.
But they kind of did. They kind of did, Kris.
I'm joking, but I'm kind of not. But you know what?
Like a nap room? Come on, man. That's like a bit too much, right?
Right.
Am I mean,
getting paid $30 million a year, that's acceptable. But in a fucking nap room, you've crossed a line.
Am I the asshole? I might be the asshole in this situation.
I don't know. I feel like if it's a bunch of athletes, right? And there's a bunch of athletes that you're investing, quite frankly, obscene amounts of money in making sure they are at the peak of their performance at all times. Yeah, maybe have a separate room for them to fall asleep in. Maybe they were out all night getting drunk and they need to sleep it off. Well, You're going to sleep it off here under lock and key where we can see you because we fucking own your ass because we pay you $30 million a year. I don't know. Nap room seems like one of the less absurd things we've talked about so far this evening.
I don't know. It makes me feel old because I read that and I'm like, you fucking pussies, get up and go play a goddamn game. God damn it. Because
don't get me wrong, I do think it's absurd, but
I think about my job.
Less absurd.
I don't have a fucking nap room at my job, and I should.
You should.
I should be able to send people to the nap room. Just get the fuck out.
Don't hospitals have nap rooms?
For doctors, but they're working 4-day shifts. Like, they don't get to go home. That's
and they don't get paid $30 million a year.
No, they don't. It's just, man, I don't know. I read that today, and I felt like an old fucking Republican standing on my front lawn yelling at the kids to turn down their music. It's like, this might be it. This might be the moment where I cross over, and now I'm officially old. And I'm like, I don't know.
Those MAGA hats are looking pretty good. I think they'd really bring out my eyes.
Maybe we should make America great again. I'm starting to pick up what he's putting down. Oh, my God. So that's been my week, basically. It's been playing the show and being fucking angry that I am awake at asshole o'clock in the morning. Yeah. We did, actually, one other thing we did do, because I had a couple of days off this week as well, we surprised the children of an evening earlier this week. Tiff and I went out to dinner, which we haven't done in fucking forever, but we went out to dinner. And on the way home, we had to like stop and get like milk or whatever, because we always fuck. I feel like I buy a gallon of milk literally every day. It would be easier to get a cow. It's really fucking would.
Why buy the cow when you get the sex for free?
Cow fucking. So while we're at the ShopRite, I was like, you know what? Let's get a fucking log.
Cow?
The starter log, the Duraflame bullshit or whatever. And let's go have a bonfire out back. And Tiff was like, fuck yeah, let's get some shit for s'mores as well. And I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So like we just surprised our children with an evening of s'mores round a campfire, which my parents never fucking did for me. I can't even imagine what I would have done if the adults in my life had come home and they would have been like, guess what, motherfucker? We're going outside. You can get in the pool. We're going to make s'mores. And your dad has decided to set up a projector outside. And we're going to watch Into the Spider-Verse projected giant as fuck on the back of the house. It was awesome.
That sounds awesome.
It was great. I really enjoyed it. And, like, I really hope that these are the things my children remember, like, in the future, and not when I had to beat them because they continuously load the dishwasher incorrect.
What a bunch of assholes.
Look, you fuck. You can get more than 3 forks in there, I promise. They didn't design it with a 3-fork maximum, you asshole. Our dishwasher's got, like, the extra little, like, the tiny tray up at the top. Got, like, 3 fucking things. And we don't have, like, the basket on the side, like a fucking pour where you have to put all the that's terrible. I shouldn't say that. The basket on the side where you got to put all the silverware and then, like, you got to fit shit around the basket. This has a little, like, slidey-do up on the top. And, like, I legit will open that thing up and I will look in the sink and there will be, like, 47 spoons in the sink and there will be 2 spoons in the slidey out bit up at the top. And I'm like, good. Try again. Swing and a miss, asshole. And back down here. Fucking do this shit one more time and do it correctly. Anyway. Man, this is a weird fucking episode, Chris. I don't know what's happened.
It's a little unusual, that's for sure.
This is. I'm fucking sleep deprived.
All right. Well, I mean, I've had a hell of a week. This has been a week.
A doozy.
It's been a doozy. Yeah. So my let's start with the yard work, right? Why not?
Love yard work talk.
My electric lawnmower has been it's not cutting the mustard these days.
Now, when you say electric lawnmower, though, you have to specify it is not a plug-in.
Correct. It's battery powered. Battery powered lawnmower. Okay. It's I've had it for a couple of years. You know, you can listen back to the podcast. You can tell exactly how long I've had it.
Longtime listeners of the show will remember in episode 148. See, that's where our intrepid editor is supposed to come in and drop like a fucking pop-up video spot right there.
Evan, please do not scrub through our old episodes to find out when I bought my lawnmower.
Evan,
you have better things to do with your time.
Absolutely do that. You do not. I promise this is so important.
So the battery has just not been giving me the juice I need to get through. When I first got it, I could get through both my front and backyard in one mowing. Last year, it started to be like, yeah, I can really only do the backyard, and then I have to do the front yard the next day or later that day. It just needs to recharge completely before it does it. This year, I can't even get through my backyard. Like, now granted, my grass is thicker this year. Sure. A full charge can't even get through the backyard. The grass is thicker than it has been on previous years. I've got this really nice, super thick grass growing in that's actually replacing the clover. It just kind of naturally, it's overcoming the clover. There's still plenty of clover, don't get me wrong, but it's like more of this super thick grass. So I did most of the yard the other day, and then I went out the next morning to go finish it, and like nothing. The battery didn't charge at all. The charger would not connect to it in any reasonable manner. Like, it was just fucking done. It was game over.
It's not what you want.
Not what you want, no. So I went online and tried to find, all right, well, let's see. I know a replacement battery is going to be a stupid amount of money, but let's just see what the stupid amount of money is. And the stupid
let's see
amount of
how fucking stupid it is.
Excuse me. The stupid is nothing. There are no replacement batteries for this because this particular kind of battery for this particular lawnmower is completely and totally discontinued. No aftermarket, no nothing. They're just fucking toast.
That's some old bullshit.
That's some old bullshit right there. And like none of the new batteries that they replaced them with will work in this lawnmower. So it's...
Why would they?
Why would they? Right?
Then you wouldn't have to buy a new lawnmower, Chris.
Exactly. So I was like, well, I don't have the money for this. So what are we going to do? Like, we're working on buying a new car for Karen, and
right.
I'll get to that in a bit. So what are we going to do? How in the hell am I going to get a new lawnmower? And then it occurred to me, well, what the hell? Let's look on Marketplace. And I found one for...
what the hell? Let's get a goat.
It was like $150, I think, for like a relatively new gas-powered lawnmower. And I drove out there, and it was like... It was about a 20-minute drive out to Egg Harbor Township, and I drive into the middle of the woods, and it's this fucking mansion, like this just giant ass house, and this old dude and his very young wife come out, and they're pushing out the lawnmower. He's like, "Yeah, I just put a new blade on it, and we just got a new mower is all, so we were just looking to get rid of this one." I'm like, "Abso-fucking-lutely. Here's your $150. Let's go." So I took it home. Fired it right up. I even put a full tank of gas in it. Just fired it right up. Finished it. I forgot how much more powerful a gas-powered mower is. It just ate through this grass. Like, it stumbled once or twice because, you know, it is super thick grass and was still kind of wet. But like, it didn't come close to stalling. It's just like boom, right through it. That made my day. So that worked out really well, and I was very happy about that. Like, granted, I didn't need to drop $150, but $150 for a basically new lawnmower in really good shape. Well, that's not too bad. That's not too shabby. So I'm back to having a gas-powered mower, and
because you don't care about the environment, which is super cool.
Yeah, I mean, fuck this planet and everyone on it, really.
I don't. Fuck these assholes.
I'm not crazy I'm not crazy about the environmental implications, but at the same time, like, what are my options? You know,
man. Yeah.
I don't use a gas powered anything else. You know, my edgers or anything, a leaf blower, none of that's gas powered. So it's just the mower, and you know, I'll live. It's is what it is. So that was a big win. But it was also, you know, a stressful thing, right? I went to get up that morning. I had a bunch of work this week. I meant to get up in the morning, finish the backyard, which would have taken like 10 minutes because there wasn't a lot left to do. And it turned into an all-day excursion.
Also, it's not a huge backyard.
No, finishing the backyard. I mowed most of it with the night before, right? So the day the battery died, I got through most of the backyard. And so I had just like the corner of my backyard was unmowed and the rest of it was all mowed. So like, all right, fine. I'll charge the battery overnight. I'll get up and I'll finish the rest of the backyard. But then the battery died, and so I needed a new mower or my backyard was going to be like 3/4 of the way mowed.
Yeah.
So that took a big chunk of my day. So I was already behind on a bunch of things, which was very stressful. But we were also finally doing the car thing. We're buying a car. We are getting a car from a friend of ours.
Okay.
Which we successfully have accomplished. The car is in the driveway. It's wonderful. Everybody's happy. But I also had to sell Karen's old car, which was, none of the online places that I could get in contact with, none of your usual places would be like, sure, we'll buy it, but you've got to bring the car to us. I'm like, okay, but the car doesn't run, so I can't bring the car to you. That's the problem.
This is what I'm saying.
If you we're out in Turnersville, so yeah, if you want to get the car towed out to Turnersville, we'll buy it off of you for like $500. I'm like, it'll cost twice that to tow the car to Turnersville. Like, what are you talking about? This is madness. So I went to go return. Like, remember I said I bought the replacement alternator a few months ago.
Yeah,
it was back in June. So I went to go return that, and I spoke to the lady behind the counter at AutoZone, and I was like, you know, is there any, can you think of anywhere other than like a junkyard to try and sell this old car that doesn't work? And she's like, you know, Facebook Marketplace. Like, I put a car up there that was complete garbage, and I said, $2,000, just get it out of my life. And somebody bought that thing immediately. I was like, really? Fascinating. So I went home, I took a couple of pictures. I was like, I'm not actually asking for $2,000. I'm going to write $2,000 on here.
$9 million.
If somebody offers me $1,000, I will take it and run, because there's a number of things wrong with this vehicle. It's not. Yeah, like I'm not a mechanic. I can't say what's wrong with it, but like, this car is worth about $1,000 max. It would be great if I got more, but hopefully I won't get less. And wouldn't you know, within a couple of hours, I had 8 people in line to look at the car, like, to come out and offer me at least $1,000 for it. So unfortunately, the first ones were the ones that I sold it to. The first people to get in contact with me are these 3 dudes. I think they were from Trinidad. They did not speak much English at all. And
so you ripped off a foreigner. Awesome.
Oh, no. They ripped me off. They came out to rip me off considerably more. They offered me $500. And I kept saying no.
Fuck
but
off.
There was these 3 burly dudes, like, holding cash in my face, saying, no, good deal, you take this. And I'm like, no. I don't want to let it go for less than $1,000. And then they kept gradually going up. And then eventually they made it to $900. And they were literally forcing $900 in cash in my hand. I was like, you know what? It's worth $100 to me to get you in this car out of my life. So
I need this to stop happening to me.
Yeah, I don't need this stress. The language barrier was already enough. But like, it was crazy because they showed up and they got the car to start. In like 5 minutes, they got it to start. And then they start like trying to tell me all the things that are wrong with it. Now, granted, again, huge language barrier, but they're like, AC, no. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, this thing's leaking down. This is leaking down here. Like, you're not teaching. I put in the post, I don't know what's wrong with it besides everything. I want it out of my life. Maybe you didn't understand that, but you're not giving me new information. I know it's leaking. I don't know where it's leaking from, and I don't know what it's leaking, but I know it's leaking. I know it doesn't start on its own without a jump, and even I couldn't get it to start with a jump. I know the air conditioning doesn't work. I know the sides are dented up. I know it's a piece of shit. Take it away from me. And then they did. So I got $900 for the car, which was $100 less than I wanted. But God, that was a stressful situation. Just me. I'm not a big manly man, right?
You're not.
That's not me. And I'm surrounded by these three giant dudes who are like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, if they don't like what I have to say, are they going to beat the shit out of me and steal the car? I don't know.
Possibly. They
gave me the money and they took the car, and that's done. And then my friend showed up with the new car and gave us the keys, and we have to like get all the. He has to get the title from his bank, and then we have to do all that business. But it's done. We're now back to a 2-car family for the first time since before the pandemic. Even
you really do hate the environment this week. A gas-powered mower, another automobile.
Yeah, just again, fuck this place.
Just disgusting.
Just gross. Already, even though she's not really driving it much because, like, it's not registered to us yet or anything.
Sure,
but just the freedom that brings is huge. Like, her job needs her to go back to the office. Let me reword that. Her job wants her to go back. They do not need her to go back to the office. They don't need an office. They don't.
They're just doing it because that's the way we've always done it. God
exactly.
Damn it.
It's the way Dad did it. It's the way America does it. It's worked out pretty well so far.
And it's worked out fucking horribly.
Yeah, it's worked out terrible
honest.
So far. Yeah, this whole
for everyone else
working remote has been great for her, but they already are like up her butt about not being back at the office because she doesn't have a way to get to the office anymore. Since I don't work in the tech center, right? We used to be able to carpool in, but that's not a thing anymore.
If you want to fucking hire Kris back.
Yeah, well, different company, but still. Either way, now they're like, all right, you need to get back into the office. So now she has a car, so she can do that so that I can have a car to, like, I don't know, take the kids to school.
That's exciting.
So we're back to having our own vehicles, and she's going to be going back to the office twice a week. I think starting in September, like right after the kids go back to school. But then in October, she's going back to 3 days a week in the office. What are you fucking doing? Like, this is so completely unnecessary to have these people drive into the office to do this work. It is
gas wear and tear for no fucking reason.
Just completely ridiculous. They don't. It's not a collaborative effort. It's like they're just handing digital files back and forth all day. She gets the job done from here. It's insane to me, but whatever.
What do you?
But yeah,
know,
we
Kris?
got a new car. We got a new car.
You're not a boss.
We're
that's the problem. You know nothing.
We're back in business.
It is really nice. Like, I remember a couple years ago when we got a second car again, like, finally, and it was just like, man, this was stupid. It's
a near constant challenge. Like, when the kids were in school,
really is.
And it's like, well, she's got to do something that night, which means I don't have a car, which means like she's got some mom's club thing she has to go to, or I wanted to do something, and then like, oh no, John accidentally chopped his finger off. How are we going to get him to the hospital?
Right? Get on the bike.
And we just are in a situation and with our lives where we really needed to have 2 cars, and it's been a couple of years without it, and it's freaking Naga out because we didn't have 2 cars really. I don't think she was around even when, like, that's how long Karen's car's been out of commission. So, like, Karen will leave out the back door because, we have the 2 driveways, and the other driveway is by the back door, which is, I know it sounds like I'm all ritzy, but, like, we're not.
I take the back door to my second hidden driveway.
Our house
the other
inexplicably has 2 driveways. Like, it's not one of those like, oh wow, how luxurious. Like, no, we don't need to. I don't know why we have 2 driveways.
That's why. Because you're on a corner lot.
Yeah, it's on a corner lot. But like none of the other corner lots in my neighborhood have 2 driveways. It's just like
the previous owners wanted less to mow.
And they don't
like,
match either. They're like
no,
just completely different styles of driveway. Like there's the little one that goes up to, and I'm happy it's there because it's a place for guests to park. But they could also, but there's plenty of street parking too. It's so weird, but regardless. So she goes out the back door.
She parks
and then she
in
doesn't
the
come
guest
back,
driveway.
right? Naga's used to Karen going out, like if she ever goes out the back door, she's like, oh, she must be in the backyard. But now she goes to the backyard and just fucking leaves. She's like, what's happening? Where did she go? She's completely fucking mystified by it. And when she comes back in the back door. She's like, what the hell is this?
You have been gone for a long time.
And I searched the backyard for you. You weren't there. I'm confused.
She'll start to get used to it. Dogs, and I found this out, and maybe this is bullshit. I don't know because I didn't fact check it. It just like I read it and it sounded true, and I went, yeah, I'll go with that. Apparently, the way dogs, because like you know how it's like the dog seems to know when the person its person is going to be home, right? Like they've left for work, and how does the dog know to sit by the door at 3:00 every day when the kids are coming home or when dad's coming home from work or whatever? Apparently, your smell in the house, whatever smell your dog smells when it smells you, dissipates at the same rate relatively every single day. And when the smell gets to a certain level in the house, and you start to come back at that time, the dog learns that's the correlation that it makes.
Yeah, see, I don't get any of that because Naga doesn't. She goes to the door when Karen leaves, and then she
stays there.
Just stays there. She doesn't go anywhere else. If she's going to go anywhere else, she will go to the top of the stairs to look at the door. But the door never leaves her sight.
That's weird.
So, she's a weird fucking dog, man.
What is Karen doing to this dog, man?
Nothing. That's the thing. She's not like overly lovey.
I don't know.
She's not overly lovey. She tends to ignore the dog a lot. I'm the one who's always down on the floor, brushing her and giving her pets
fucking
and
sucker.
hugs. I am a pushover for that dog. And like, if Karen's in the room, I'm like fucking that. Chopped liver. It's
I don't
hilarious.
think she was like that when she was here. Like when we were fostering her, I don't think. Maybe she had more of a connection to Tiff than she did to me. I don't remember, man. I really don't. There's been so many since Naga.
Right.
I can't even. I can't even remember.
There's just a real connection to.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, that's good.
That's cool. Tell me when you're ready for another one. I got this 3-legged one that's awesome.
I got legless dogs.
She's great. This 3-legged dog fucking rules. Cricket is amazing. I like her quite a bit. She's really fucking fun. And the kids would get a kick out of her if you were a good father.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm
a
bad father that cannot afford another dog. I can't afford this fucking dog.
Give her to you. You can have her. Fucking, there's going to be a lot of medical problems in the future. Here you go.
No.
You're welcome.
The fucking vet bills for Naga are more than enough. The vet they're like, Naga's about due for another visit. Like, no, she's not. She's fine.
Fuck you. She is.
I don't have $500. I don't have $300 to $500 to give you right now. She's fine.
Considering Tiff's job, I should not say shit like that out loud. But she's fine.
She's fine.
She's fine. All this is fine.
Let's see. So I don't know if this is even really worth talking about on this show, but it's a thing that happened in my life.
This show.
It's a vinyl thing, and it's not even video game related.
Oh,
but like, so I love the Pillows, which is a Japanese rock band that I learned about through the anime Fooly Cooly, back on Adult Swim.
Fooly Cooly.
I enjoy that show mostly because of the music. I adored that music. And
is there any? That show doesn't make sense, right?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
there's not like a thing I'm missing.
There is a through line.
Sure.
Right?
Kind
like
of.
things happen. Like there's a story, technically. But it's complete insanity, which is one of the things I like about it, because it's beautiful and it's set to this amazing music. So I absolutely love this band. I bought the soundtrack, and that's what I listened to for a number of years. And then they brought the show back for like other seasons, and I just kind of completely skipped over it because those original 6 episodes were just this lightning in a bottle thing. Yeah. But it encouraged me to try to find, where did these songs come from? Like, I know they're by the band The Pillows, but I have them on Fooly Cooly soundtracks, like the different iterations of that. So all the songs that were used in the show were from just albums that this band released over the years. They weren't written for the show like I had originally thought. They were just, the creators of the show liked the songs and incorporated them into,
shit out. It's fucking
into the
wild.
episodes. So I started, tracking down what all those songs came from, and just listened. Ed, for the last couple of years, have been listening to the Pillows records. Not records, but like their albums, and just being like, this is all fucking great. Like even the song they did use on the show, this is fantastic. So like really, I just love this band, and I go in and out like waves with them. Like I'll listen to them a bunch, then I won't listen for a couple of months, and then like a song will come on and be like, yeah, I'm really in the mood for this. So that just happened to me a couple of days ago, and I thought, I wonder if I can get any of their actual albums on vinyl, because I bought, they just recently, like 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago or something, they released the Fooly Cooly soundtrack on vinyl, and I went and pre-ordered it and bought it straight away. It was more expensive than I should have spent on it. But then I got it and I was like, oh, right. I don't love this soundtrack because it's not just the Pillows. There's a bunch of other stuff on there I don't really like. So I never listened to that record. It's like the one record I bought that I'm like, I kind of regret buying this because I don't ever want to listen to it, because it's not like I can just skip tracks. It's not, it's a fucking record. So I decided to look up and see if any of the Pillow stuff was on vinyl. And it turns out for the last like year and change, they've been releasing all of their albums on vinyl, which is really freaking
discography.
Cool. Their entire discography on vinyl. I want to go to the website now so I can look at it. But like I look at Pillows on vinyl, and it's just a bunch of bedding stuff.
It's a bunch of fucking pleather bed sheets, which doesn't sound great, but does sound kind of sexy. Like I'm kind of in, but not like all the way in.
It seems like they would retain a lot of heat, and I'm just not okay with that. Oh, for fuck's sake, why can't I find this? Because it's their Japanese website, and now I can't find it again.
And
that's probably in my history.
Don't speak Japanese.
So there's like 4 albums by them that I genuinely love start to finish.
Yeah.
Like I like all of their albums because I've listened to them all now, but there are 4 in particular. I was like, yeah, these 4 are like really great. So if I could get these on vinyl, that would be super swell. And I'm trying to where is my history? There it is. I don't even know how this stuff works anymore. Dismiss. Show me my history.
How do I internet?
I don't want my history settings. I want to look at my history. Where the fuck is my history? Go.
Right over there.
Show full history. Now we're cooking. All right, I gotta find this damn website again so I can know what the fuck I'm talking about. I went through, so I looked through their website, and the 4 records that I wanted, obviously they exist, right? They did it. They put them on vinyl, and I was very happy about that. Except Pillows. Search my history for Pillows. Do that. What is this?
Please.
Is this it? Did I find it? Nicely. I did. Yeah, I found their website. Okay. Everything's in stock except for one of the albums one of my favorite albums. Every other album is in stock except for one of the 4. Which was really bothersome because it was in stock on my phone, and I clicked on it. And then, so I went through Baiyi, because this is all coming from Japan.
Sure.
So Baiyi is one of those like middleman things for ordering things from Japan, which is great. They got a bunch of coupons. I've heard about them through some other YouTuber, like some YouTube show I listened to, and they had an ad for it. And I was like, oh, it was a Region Break. That was it. Because that guy's pretty cool. So I tried out Baiyi, and worked out really well, but they had to like cancel the Runner's High album. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer, because I really want that one. But I got the other three. It was a little more expensive than I wanted, because the vinyls themselves weren't that pricey, but like importing them from Japan was, there's still the whole fee of getting it to this country. But that was a fun experience. I can't wait to get them. I wound up with I don't know how to pronounce this one, Happy Bivouac, I think is how you say that one. Thank You My Twilight, which is one of their newer ones, and then Little Busters. And Runner's High is the one that they were sold out of, which bums me out. It's the only one, and I freaking love that record.
That sucks.
Huge bummer. But yeah, it's my first importing vinyl. I feel like a real super nerd right now.
I was going to get, on the Materia store, I was going to get the Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, or 1, and then the 2 and 3 soundtrack. On vinyl, because they were like $24.50.
The one has one NES and then the arcade version on the back.
Yeah, and then the other one is NES 2 and 3. And they are both sold out. I was like, motherfucker.
Oh, nuts. Yeah, I have that. It's such a great set. We actually talked about that on the Discord, right? In the vinyl Discord, and you were like, it's less expensive to buy it that way. I'm like, but the special one, because Limited Run did it at one point, and I got it from them, and it comes in this gorgeous box that doesn't fit on my shelf, so I just have it packed away. But inside, it's got this book with this crazy awesome interview with the composers for the game. It's just like, this is so fucking rad. I love it. And I did take pictures of it and send it to you. I was like, that's easy, because I did that for fucking Adam, Square Painter. I was talking to him about the Ninja Gaiden soundtrack on vinyl, and I told him about the interview, and he was like, I would love to see that. And I'm like, okay. So I just fucking took pictures of the whole book and sent them to him.
Yeah, I mean, so I lied. 2 and 3 is currently in stock, and they have the box set with all 4 records. But that's $72.50, and there's just no way I'm spending that much money.
Yeah,
on
that's
video
not. I
game
didn't spend
vinyl.
that much on it.
It's normally $145.
I don't feel like
for
I
the
spent
4 box set,
$145 on it,
or for the 4 record set.
But I don't think it was that much.
I mean, like I was considering dropping $50, because like the one. Volume 1 and Volume 2 were $24.50 a piece. So I was like, all right, I can kind of justify that. Like, whatever, that's fine. But I cannot get NES 2 and NES 3 and then not have NES 1. Like, that's going to fucking drive me crazy. And then those are regularly priced at $50. I'm not going to fucking do that. Like, that's crazy.
I really want to look this up. I want to find out what I did. Did I pay that much for it? That seems crazy to me, but I've made worse decisions in my life. I make bad buying decisions. Now, granted, I have definitely gotten my money's worth out of those records. Like, no matter what I spent for them, I listen to them quite frequently.
It's just not... Yeah, man, I can't spend
That's a lot of money. That seems like it would be more than I would spend on that.
For 4 records is pretty great, and it's pretty great music.
Oh, but, I paid $109.
But like
$109 after tax too.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
That's not insane. It's not great, but it was back in. This was in 2021, so this was when I was just kind of getting started on the whole buying video game vinyl things.
Yeah,
and it was for
Ninja
the nice
Gaiden, and
Ninja Gaiden.
Nice
it was the nice box set. It was I considered buying them separately, but it was like, nah, I'll pay the little bit more to get the box, the book, the interview, and all that. And I'm glad I did. But
I mean, I would have 0 video game vinyl if you did not give me the video game vinyl that I have. Like, I would have exactly 0 copies of video game vinyl. So,
but now you do, and you're welcome.
I do, and it does make me very, very happy. I did get a record over this past weekend. I shared it on our Discord. But for anybody, like, the reason you shop at local stores is for shit like this, right? My local shop, I went in, there's this older gentleman named Bob who works there. Really nice guy. I found out this week just bullshitting with him. He's in his 70s. Would have never guessed. right? But just an encyclopedia of music, right? Like, you ask him, he's like, oh yeah, I fucking know that, and then they were related to this band, and they toured with these guys back in, like, the 60s, and you should fucking check this out. Like, he's that kind of guy, right? Just a really awesome guy. Really wants people to enjoy music. So I'm fucking digging through the records and whatever. And every time I go in there, just depending on the mood he's in, like, 20% off today. Or 30% off. Whatever the sticker says. Like, he's really fucking cool. So I'm going through the records, and I pull out, like, the first thing I pull out is Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Deja Vu, which is one of my favorite records. I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah, sweet, I'll grab that. And I was like $4 or whatever. Sold. And then I saw another Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young record. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, So Far, which was like their greatest hits kind of up to that point. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll grab that one as well. Got some repeat songs, but I like both of these albums for different reasons. I'll grab that. That was like $4 or $5. The Big Chill soundtrack, which has got a lot of great like Motown stuff on it. That was like $3, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll definitely grab that. Elton John's Greatest Hits, the first volume, which I like infinitely better than the second volume. Like, I like Elton John up to a very certain point, and then Candle in the Wind came out, and I was like, kind of done. But like earlier Elton John, and like, he's fucking, and that's not entirely true. That's a really good song. It's just what's been done. Anyway, Elton John's Greatest Hits, $5. Like, all right, sweet. So I've got this stack. And I brought $30 in cash with me because Bob is a cash-only store. Totally fine. Whatever. I know that going in. I had $30 on me, and I was like, let me see what I can find. So now I'm going through some of the other records, and I see, as I'm looking through, I see, like, a Tori Amos record that's not, like, a crazy price, and I'm like, it's not bad. I might, like, swing back to that. And then I see, like, a Snoop Dogg record, and I was like, I mean, that's kind of funny. It's got Drop It Like It's Hot on it. I definitely don't need that, but I brought $30 with me. Maybe I'm gonna get it, you know? And then I see AFI Sing the Sorrow, and that's priced at $40. And AFI is one of my favorite punk bands. My friend Elena and I used to play them all the time on a radio show back in college. And that's when this record came out. Sing the Sorrow came out in 2003, but it was $40, and I was like, all right, well, Bob said 30% off, so that's my budget though. Like, I gotta, you know, I'll get this one. That's fine. Totally cool. So I go up, because this store, it's so tiny, it's like a fucking closet, right? It's the kind of place where you get like a stack, and then you go hand Bob your stack, and he puts them behind the counter so that you can go look through the rest of the shit. Because there's just records fucking everywhere, and they're not organized at all. They're just in boxes on the floor, which is great. I kind of love that. So I go up to Bob, and I'm like, I need to put those back. I'm going to grab this one instead. And he goes, why? And I was like, well, you told me 30% off, Bob, and you know, I'm not great at math, but 30% off of $40 is $28. You know, 28 totals, 12 off, 4 times 3. Like, I can do that bit. That part's easy. I only have $30 on me. And he looks at the rest of my stack, and he looks at it, and he goes, give me the $30 and get out. I was like, dude, seriously? That's really awesome, man. Thank you, Bob. And he was like, whatever, you're just taking inventory out of my store. Thank you. I was like, that's fucking fine. That's great. So then I go home, and the first thing I do, I start putting shit into Discogs or whatever. I get to the AFI record, and no shit, the cheapest I can find that record, the copy that I got right now on Discogs, the cheapest I can find it for is over $300 with shipping.
Jesus.
It averages in the 500s.
Wow, seriously.
And I got that, plus a bunch of other shit for $30. And I feel like I should kind of go back and tell Bob, but I honestly don't think he would care.
I don't think he would either. He doesn't strike me as that kind of fella.
He just doesn't seem like that kind of dude. So, like, next time I go in, I'm going to insist on paying full price. You know, I think that'll be my sort of karmic way to make it up, because that's a fucking hell of a deal, man. Like, those things do happen. It still exists. If you're a vinyl guy, like, go dig through fucking crates, man. It's such a good record too. It's so good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you. I'm glad you're. I'm glad you're enjoying the whole. Our vinyl Discord has been such a joy for me. Like,
it's so fun.
I got into this, and like, turns out that a bunch of our other listeners are into it too, and it's like, yeah, I'm very happy about this. This is fun, and you know, I probably spend more money on it than I should, but it's. Well, I feel like it's such an important habit. Like, having physical music is. I just think it's super important, right? Like,
I feel that way
digital
too.
Music, having all the digital music is great, but like, music, just like the games that I have, like, but music even more so. Like, vinyl clearly is not something that's ever going to be outdated. You know, like, yes, it's technically outdated, but it will always have its thing. You know, it's not like going back and playing an NES on an NES game on an NES, but like, we have Karen's dad's record collection, and I want our kids to inherit that and my record collection as well. So as much of the music that really means something to me that I can get on a physical medium like vinyl that is just so completely analog. Like, if the world goes to shit, record players will still function as long as there's electricity. And even then, like, fucking crank them or whatever. Like, as long as there's
if you
electricity,
have a belt-driven player.
Yeah, like, it just seems important to me. Like, it means so much that I have this music that means so much to be on this big physical disc that I can look at the artwork for and like just put this on and actually listen to it. And it feels so much less disposable.
It definitely
which is kind of the problem
is.
with digital stuff, right? Because digital stuff is great for the convenience, but then you wind up amassing so much of it that it seems so interchangeable and or disposable to a degree, which is something we're probably going to talk about in the 3DS section, because this is a very interesting system to do our starter kit for, because of the digital factor. But yeah, the vinyl collecting brings me so much joy. So, like, did I spend more than I should have on this pillow stuff? I don't know, maybe. Like, it was a spicy endeavor, especially when I was just complaining about not buying a new lawnmower. But it's having this music on records is just gonna feel so good and be so much fun to listen to. Like, I feel like in the long run, I'm definitely gonna get my money's worth out of these 3 records. So yeah, that's the thing.
Well, and there's a price that you're willing to pay for shit, right? Like, if you know, fucking Katamari, when that gets repressed, I'm buying it.
Fucking better.
Like, and what's the price point where I wouldn't buy it is more of the question. Would I drop $100 on that record? Yeah, I would. That's how important that game is to me, because of when that game came out, where I was in my life, our friendship, you know, like Tiff and I playing through that game, like the music that is in that game is so much more than just this kind of charming, funny, silly, wonderful music. There is a level, there's a depth to all of it that is incredibly important to me. Would I go much over 100? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know, because there does come a point where it's like, I mean, yeah, but I got to pay.
It was $35.
What's that?
It was $35.
No. I know that's what it was. I'm saying, like, if it came out now and they did, like, so the only way you can get it is some, like, stupid special box fucking whatever, and it's $100. Like, I'm doing it.
That's I get what you're saying, and yes, I agree. This music is worth that, but at the Mondo shop still has the listing, and it was one of those fancy 2 records, which drives me bonkers because, like, it's just not enough music per side. I get that it's for a higher fidelity, but
yeah,
it's just not enough music per side. However, it's 2 records. The artwork is fucking amazing. I don't know if you've seen it. It's just God, it's wonderful. I want it. I want it with all of my heart. and I can't believe it's not being reprinted yet. But the minute it is, it's fucking mine. That and Sayonara Wild Hearts. Those are the two really big video game soundtracks that exist in the world that I will pay money for, because the soundtrack to Sayonara Wild Hearts is fucking amazing, and that game blew me away and continues to. I've replayed it dozens of times, and it's something that Karen and I both connected on as far as like a game that she played. And not only that, it was like the kids loved watching me play it, and the kids love the fucking music. Like, they'll put on that and Katamari. Give me both of those. I don't think there's anything else that has been released on vinyl. Like, sure, if Nintendo released soundtracks on vinyl, that would be a different animal, but they don't. So
but they don't.
I don't have to worry about Donkey Kong Country officially being released on vinyl or something. I just don't. But Katamari and fucking Sayonara Wild Hearts, those two are like, they go for, God, stupid money. I think the Sayonara Wild Hearts one goes for like $700, which is just
some stupid ass shit.
And it's just people who picked it up to flip it. You know, they're sealed copies. It's so infuriating. Like, you didn't buy this to enjoy it. You bought it to make sure somebody else couldn't have it. And like, that's so wrong. It's so intrinsically wrong. I hate it with so much fiery passion. Like, get a job, you fucking asshole. Contribute
that's the other
something
thing that
to
makes
society.
us sound like old ass fucking men and whatever. Dude, I fucking read this article about a dude who is a ticket scalper, like a ticket broker, right? The quote unquote, like, they buy the concert tickets and then you rebuy them from like SeatGeek or whatever the fuck that shit is. And it legit was like the most infuriating article I had ever read of this fucking cunt trying to fucking justify his existence. He's like, well, these are really hard to get tickets. Yeah, no shit, asshole.
Because of
you fucking bought them. You fucking piece of shit. Oh,
it's
man.
hard to get because of you turd sandwich.
The one, like, the big vinyl thing that I'm waiting to break the levy on, because they're a little bit more expensive. Not all of them, but once I get the first, I will need the rest. And that is the Johnny Cash American Recordings vinyl. Because, like, I think you can get, like, the first one for, like, $15-16, like, which is not bad at all. But I've seen, like, American 3 and American 4. And 4 is, like, the big one. The one that has, like, Hurt and shit on it. That I've seen for, like, $40 at my local store. And, like, $40 is still kind of a lot to spend on a record. You know? It's not a crazy price. Because it's, like, early on when I first met Tiff and whatever, my lanyard that I wore at Game Crazy I had a Johnny Cash pin on it. Because I've always loved Johnny Cash, right? Like, I don't like fucking country music. I love Johnny Cash. And when Johnny Cash died, it was like, I don't know, a week or two that I had been working there. So not very long at all. And she came up and, like, in a genuine, like, human connection, she was like, I'm really sorry to hear about your man in black. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking marry this girl. Like, so it's like this real, it's like this real fucking, like, connection. And I'm looking here at Merch Bar. I don't know what the fuck Merch Bar is, but they have the box set that's got American Recordings 1 through 6 in it. And it's normally $170. They have it on sale. Sale ends in 4 hours. And it's like $111 right now. I don't have $111 to drop on this right now. You know what I mean? And I certainly don't have $170 usually to drop on. So,
yeah, that's
one of these days.
You'll find it someday.
Anyway,
so as far as video games go, before we take our break and get to our business here, I don't have a lot to report in the world of video games. The other big thing that happened this week was that I finally finished the last Zelda video. It goes up on Monday. The Stone Age Gamer Archaeology Episode 8, the end of The Legend of Zelda, goes up Monday. It's finally done. I was really dragging my feet on it because I burnt myself out. I really did.
Yeah.
It's really hard to cross the finish line on that. But I did it, and the last one... So as I've been doing this, I've also been combining them all into one long one to release after I finished all the episodes. The long one that's everything together is 2 hours and 42 minutes.
That's not bad.
I thought it was going to be
longer. Yeah,
I made a fucking movie, Dan. Granted, I didn't create original footage for it besides the pictures that I took, but I scripted, narrated, and recorded and edited a fucking movie.
That's awesome.
I'm really proud of it.
A documentary, man.
Yeah, I'm glad it's done, and I'm looking forward to doing the next one way smarter. This was way too much to bite off for for summer vacation with the kids home from school. Like this was a bad plan. But a lot of lessons were learned. So looking forward to seeing where that goes. But that's another thing that happened this week is that's done. So it's been a monumental week, man, between everything with the car and the fucking lawnmower and the Zelda video. I'm doing a lot of adulting, stressful things, and I'm tired.
That's fucking awesome, man.
But I have been playing a lot more of Tears of the Kingdom. I really want to go back and try to finish Double Dragon Gaiden. I haven't written my review yet, but I still can't beat it. I got all the way to the last boss. I was doing so well, and then he beat me. I was like, I don't have enough money left. I have to cash out. And start all over again. And like, that's kind of exciting. I want to do that, but it's like, at the same time, I really want to be done with Tears of the Kingdom before Sea of Stars comes out. That's in a couple of weeks. And a bunch of that time is going to be me at the Stone Age Gamer store. So like, I've spent as much time as I can in the last couple of days just in the depths hunting down light roots. Like, that's where I'm at. All I need to do now is get the rest of the light roots and the rest of the shrines, and then I can go beat the game. Like, of course, I could go beat the game right now. I'm sure it would be fun and super easy because I'm obscenely powerful. But that's what I want to do right now. I just need to get the rest of the shrines and the light roots, and then I can be done with the game. Which is still fun. Which is still I'm still having so much fun doing it. Like, I lost an hour and a half this morning. I just lost an hour and a half. I sat down to play Daily Dadish, and then I was like, oh, right, I was here. Let me get to this next spot, then save, so that the next time I play, I remember exactly what I was up to. And then like an hour and a half later, I was like, shit. I did Daily Dadish, and then I went downstairs and went to work, and then I remembered that my niece's play was today, and like I didn't have the rest of the day. It's like, oh shit, I need to finish my work now. I need to come up with this 3DS list. I need to make this like I scrambled to get my shit done like super fast. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is still wonderful. I still can't beat Double Dragon. But one of the cooler things that happened is I wound up getting a new router finally through Comcast because long story. But I wound up getting a new router, and like all the things that I suspected my router was causing the problems with the Switch were 100% true. I can do the whole send screenshots to my phone thing. I couldn't do that before with my old router. Works like a charm now. And so I tested Mario Kart Tour, and that works too. So we were finally able to play Mario Kart Tour with the two Switches, and each kid had a Switch as their own screen and remote. And it was fantastic. Ellie's still terrible at it, so it only lasted so long before she got really frustrated and mad. But like, it fucking works. It fucking works. We were able to set up courses anywhere we want in the house and just play the game, and it was great. So
that's super cool.
Glad that's finally working out for us the way that I had hoped it would. And that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, we have spent quite a long time not getting to our fucking featured topic yet.
Not talking about video games. So we're going to take ourselves a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to do what you came here for, the 3DS starter kit. If you had $100 to, you know the drill. You're listening to the Stone Age Gamer podcast from geekade.com. Stick around. Hi everyone, Kris here. Podcast listening is free, but podcast creation is not. That's why the Geekade Patreon exists. In an effort to help us pay the bills, we've got a Patreon page set up where you can gain access to our monthly podcast topic schedule, get early access to many of our shows, and more. If you'd like to help support Geekade and keep these shows running week after week, head over to the Geekade Patreon page, linked in the show notes of this very podcast. Well, we're back. Hi, everyone. We have returned. Dan said IPA. It was great. We're going to talk about the
We'll
3DS
save that for the stinger.
Stone Age starter kit. If you had $100 to start a physical 3DS collection, what games should you get? Now, I feel that we need to reiterate some ground rules here. Not a lot, right? We're just talking. If you have whatever accessories that you need to play whatever games, that's the general rule. But we're not including any mods. If you have to do any modifications at all, it doesn't even make sense. You could buy an accessory for the Super Nintendo and play Super Famicom cartridges, no problem at all. But
I think the reason that we said it at the beginning of, like, you have whatever accessory you need was more to cover things like if you wanted to include, like when we were doing the NES, like if you wanted to play
Pad
Duck
games
Hunt
or something,
or a Power Pad game. You know what I mean? It wasn't a factor in, well, I also have to go buy a fucking whatever.
Yeah, so
was more the thing.
The whole point is just to have this conversation. It's just like, what this is the fun exercise. How many of these games at these prices can you fit in, and what makes them worth making this list? Like, it has nothing to do with trying to figure out ways around the rules so that you can include other things that other people can't include. It's got nothing to do with credibility or anything like that. This is just a arbitrary set of rules that we made. We should have just made it North American NTSC releases, period, and just cut off all imports. But
I mean, I feel like we said that a little while ago because I think there was one, and I could be wrong because again, I don't listen to the show. I don't actually, but I seem
we live it. We don't need to hear it.
I seem to remember there was a system that we had done. You know, and this relatively recently, I think, like within, because this is, I think, when I was looking at it, this is like the 30-something, the 36th one of these that we've done, I think.
Dear Lord.
It was something like that. So, like, or maybe it wasn't that. I don't remember. Hold on. I can double check. Let me see, because I just add a thing, and that would give me. All right, no, so this is the 30th one that we've done. So we're like on 2.5 years of doing this segment now, right? Because it's only all of that is to say I don't remember exactly when we said this, but there was one of the systems where I didn't even bother to check if it was region free, and like you got a bunch of other games and like our list, and I was like, oh fuck, like I was changing the list halfway through, and I think even at that point we said like just North America from that point, just to make it easier
from this
for
point
us.
On, from the like 3 that we have left
idiots.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just call it quits on any imports. We're just
until we find a way to extend this even longer.
I mean, literally, it will have been 3 years. We could just start over again.
I mean, at that point, the next 100.
I can't remember what we did for Atari. I can't remember
you
what
don't
we did
have
for
them
Saturn.
written down? I have mine written down.
I did not keep good notes on this at all.
Oh, I kept a Google spreadsheet. I add to it every month. It's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
You're a dick. This show's not important to you.
Goddamn right. So yes,
obviously.
That's the whole point. We're just doing this for conversation. Now, for 3DS, 3DS is not natively region free. I know you can. There's a simple mod for the 3DS. I'm well aware of that, but that's not what we're having the conversation about. Because Dan and I make the rules, arbitrary or not. So just North American physical releases. And that was the other thing, is they've got to be physical releases. And this was the first system where I think that became a true problem, because some of the best 3DS games were not released physically, which is such a huge bummer. But yeah, so I have a lot more games than Dan does, but it looks like mine aren't in alphabetical order.
More.
I thought I had two more, right? That's a lot in this context, I guess.
And to be fair, I would imagine there's going to be a couple of crossovers. I feel like there would have to.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll go first.
All right,
the earliest alphabetical one that I have. This was a bit of a shot, and I think you're going to go. I think you went the other way. I would be willing to bet money that you went the other way on this.
My earliest game is an M. So
M? Really?
Yeah.
That's shocking to me. Well then, all right. Well, my first one's The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D for $18.
Well,
I am shocked that you didn't put Link Between Worlds on your list.
Well, that's my last one because it starts with a Z.
Oh, it's so
that one
fucking
is called
doesn't.
Zelda:
It's
A Link
not.
Between Worlds.
You turd box. Yeah, it's The Legend of
That's
Zelda.
what it's called. That one
called.
is not called. I'm looking at. Let me look at the box right now. Zelda: Link Between. Go fuck yourself. I think is what. I don't know. On price charting, it says Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.
No, the fucking box, it says The Legend of Zelda. Whatever. So
whatever. Okay, fine. So I'll move that up. That's my first one.
All right, so I went with Ocarina of Time 3D, just because I don't love A Link Between Worlds like most other people do. It's just, I don't know, something about that game just rubs me the wrong way. But this, I think, is far and away the best way to play Ocarina of Time on any platform. I do agree with that entirely. I think it's the best one. I know it introduces a couple of minor issues, nowhere near like what it does with the Majora's Mask 3D, but I don't like that game to begin with. But Ocarina of Time is still one of my favorite games, and I think it's just a fascinating remake of it. It's not perfect, but if I had to choose one Zelda game to play on this platform, I would choose Ocarina of Time 3D, and it was $1 difference, right? I had Link Between Worlds at 19, and Ocarina was 18, and I was like, I'm going with Ocarina, and I'm going to pass on Link Between Worlds, which is unfortunate, because it is still a great game, but for my money, Ocarina of Time 3D at 18 was worth it.
And see, the reason that I went with The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds on this one, the Nintendo Selects version, which is also $18, is because this is the only place to play this.
It is. It is the only place to play it. But you could just play A Link to the Past instead.
Well, sure, and you definitely should, because that game is incredible. But the fact that you can play Majora's Mask, you can play Ocarina other places, perhaps not the ultimate version, like you just made the argument that the 3DS version is, but you can play them and they were played and loved and all of those things. Whereas A Link Between Worlds, which is not the best Zelda game ever made, but it's really fucking good, is only available here. And I like this game more than you do. I know that, but it's not like you dislike this game actively.
Correct. I don't dislike it. I just don't love, and I understand why a lot of people do love it. It's just depends on what it is that resonates with you about Zelda games, and
it's just really interesting and cool. And I like the new additions that they did, like the new stuff that's in it. I think is really cool. I don't know. I think it's a really good fucking game. Really like it.
Can't argue with you there.
And for either one, you're getting a really good game for $18.
Agreed.
Like a really, really good fucking game.
Hard agree. Well, let's see. I guess I'll move on to my next one, which is at my most expensive one at $27, Metroid Samus Returns.
That is my next one as well. Not my
awesome.
most expensive, though.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious what your most expensive is. I think I might have a guess.
I think you know. Yeah.
I think
you cut it from your list.
I did, because I just... heartbreaking. Yeah. Absolutely gut-wrenching. But, all right, so Metroid, Samus Returns. It is not... Might not be the best Metroid game ever. It really depends on how much you are willing to get into the parrying system, which didn't bother me in the least.
It's a great fucking game, though.
It is. Dread does everything Samus Returns does, but better. But Dread came from this, and it is just great. I love this game. I've played through it twice now since it came out, and it's just a fucking marvelous game. And having a new Metroid game, after all these years, is in this really fresh take on Metroid 2, totally different direction from AM2R, which is also amazing. It's just a fascinating and wonderful game.
Such an important part of this game, too, because AM2R was being worked on, another Metroid 2 remake, right? AM2R was being worked on for a very, very long time. And it was one of, like, the biggest, like, personal fan-made games of all time, right? Like, this was a huge thing that a lot of people knew about, and Nintendo, who usually are not like this, was cool enough to let it come out.
Yeah, they could have
make no mistake, Nintendo allowed this AM2R remake, knowing that they were working on Samus Returns. Because I don't think Samus Returns had been announced at that point. I really don't think it had been. But Nintendo, who is notorious for shutting down projects in their infancy, allowed one of the most
the
well-known
moment they get
projects.
A sniff, they were like, you can be on the internet for a day, because then it'll be available forever. And they knew that. They knew. There's no way they didn't.
Is really fucking cool of Nintendo to allow happen.
Extremely uncharacteristically cool of them.
Extremely really uncharacteristic.
It almost puts it into doubt. Like, they can't have not known about it. Which seems insane to me, but this is Nintendo we're talking about. They're insane. So who knows?
There's just no way they missed it. There's no way they missed it. They couldn't have.
Regardless of anything, Samus Returns is a fantastic remake of Metroid 2. It's a fantastic example of a game in this style. It's also looks incredible in 3D. It's just a wonderful 3DS game. Highest recommendations.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Like, if you are a fan at all of Metroid, but didn't love, the 3D direction or whatever, as I felt early on, this was such a callback to, like, oh, fuck, this is why I love this series.
What if you did Metroid today? And that was it. It was a modern 2D Metroid. It's just outstanding.
It's fucking great.
All right, well, I guess I'll do my next game, which is coming in at all of $12, and that would be Pilot Wings Resort.
Mm-hmm. I figured that would be on your list at some point.
I love Pilot Wings, and I think it's great. I think it's criminal that this game stayed as expensive as it did for the entire run of the 3DS, which, that's Nintendo gonna Nintendo. It's not the best Pilot Wings game.
Sure.
But not by much. Like, it is as good as the other two Pilot Wings games. And it's, I think the only thing that really holds it back for me is the Mii characters, personally. But outside of that, it's a wonderful game. It's got great soundtrack, looks really nice on the system. It's freaking Pilot Wings, man. Then there should be more Pilot Wings games. But that we even have 3 of them is still a miracle, so I'll take it. Pilot Wings Resort is a great game, well worth the $12. Did I lose Dan?
I'm sorry, I was still muted because I was vaping and I didn't want to sound like a dick. Yeah, that was not really a consideration for me. I've never been like Pilot Wings is cool. You know, I like it. It's fine. Just not my thing.
That's fair enough.
But I respect it. Yeah, that's fair. The next game on my list, then, for a whopping $16, is Pokemon Moon, because that was the cheapest Pokemon game that I could get on the 3DS, and I just feel very strongly like the Nintendo handhelds need to have some sort of Pokemon representation. Pokemon Moon is just fine. It is a really good Pokemon game. If you've played a Pokemon game, you've fucking played them all, but they keep selling like hotcakes. So, I really... this has one of my favorite starters in the game, Rowlet, who is the little owl dude.
The dapper owl.
The dapper owl with a little, like, leaf bow tie, who eventually becomes fucking Decidueye, which is, like, this absolutely ridiculous looking, like, fucking hawk thing. I don't know, he's super cool. Like, he's still an owl, but he looks kind of hawkish. I don't know, he's really cool. And, like, at the start of the... I'm a little biased, because at the start of the pandemic, we went and bought a bunch of, like, pre-made Pokemon decks to play with the kids, and I kicked everybody's ass with the Decidueye deck that I had, which isn't very nice. But I don't know, he's a really fucking cool design. I like him, and I like the Pokemon game. $16, you should have one.
Yeah, I thought to myself, I should have a Pokemon game. And then I said, fuck it. I don't want one. Because I didn't even know where to begin. So
that's why I went with Moon. It was cheaper.
I fucked right out of it and said, you know, there are other things that I want on here besides Pokemon. But, I mean, you're right. You should absolutely have a Pokemon game on your 3DS. It's just one of the defining things about that system.
It is.
I just didn't.
That's
I'm not going to change it.
I respect it. Yeah. I respect it.
Well, my next one was just space filler because I had the money. I had $4 left.
Okay.
So I went with Steel Diver for $4 because I thought it was the most interesting $4 game I could find on the system.
I've heard like really good things about that, though.
That's greatly exaggerated. It's
blown way out of fucking proportion.
If you heard really good things about it, then yeah, that's exaggerated. It's fine. It's an interesting experience for a couple of minutes. It's not a masterpiece. But it's a neat little thing. It's a really cool what's it like tech demo-y kind of thing. It had a sequel which I never really played, but I'd say it's worth out of all the like Lego games and stuff that I saw for the $4. Like, Steel Diver. I think that's the way to do it. There you go.
I get that. All right, well, next on my list, I know you cut this one, or I would have to imagine you cut this one because it was $33, but that would be Shovel Knight.
No, I didn't even consider Shovel Knight at $33.
Really?
Not on 3DS, no way. I love Shovel Knight, but not on 3DS. I cannot play that game with this D-pad, this tiny I tried playing this game on there. I was like, this is the 3DS. I think does that game a terrible disservice. That game needs to be played on a television with a controller in your hand.
I think it should.
That's how I feel
preferably.
About it. Yeah, I couldn't. And for that price, I just could not justify this game for that price. No way.
I full disagree with you on that. Mostly because I don't know what the prices are on the other ones, but I know that this is Shovel Knight. You can get it physically, $33. It also updated with all of the additional shit. Like they didn't leave that out of the 3DS version. It looks cool in some of the like the 3D moments. I think it plays just fine on the 3DS. However, I play a lot more mobile games.
Yeah,
I do a lot more mobile gaming than you do.
I get it. I'm sure you're right for most people. I can't do it.
You know what I mean?
I can't do it.
I'm used to it at that. And like I'm playing Shovel Knight Dig every now and again. Like I'll grab the iPhone with the backbone on it and I'll jump into that. And it plays like I have no problems. It's just such a fucking good game. Like Shovel Knight, in general, the experience that is Shovel Knight with all of the additional content that was added to it, all for free, is just an incredible value. And like you are absolutely getting your $33 worth of this game.
I agree. Just that knowing that it's better and less expensive on most other platforms, so it's just where I drew the line on that one. I saw the price expensive? And I didn't even consider it. I think it's like $25 currently on to physical version on Switch, maybe 30, but yeah, I just no way. Big fat no way. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh fuck no, PS4. But we're not doing the PS4. I don't think.
Yeah,
it's $12 on the PS4.
Shovel Knight's a masterpiece. You're not going to get any arguments from me. Just not that price to play it on that system seemed like a no way.
16 on the PS4. It's 70 on the Vita, so you definitely shouldn't do that.
Jesus.
It's 20 on the Wii U, and then Treasure Trove on the Switch is 30. You know, so like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to say anybody who wants to tell people to play Shovel Knight.
It's like you should play Shovel Knight.
Absolutely. Great. Like this is the version that I would personally avoid. So that's why it didn't make my list. There were just too many other games. All right. Well, my next one coming in at $11 and an absolute fucking steal at $11 is Super Mario 3D Land.
All right.
Because you should have Mario, Metroid, and Zelda on your Nintendo handheld, and yes, you should also have Kirby and Pokemon, but you only have so much money to go around, and 3D Land is a phenomenal game. 3D World is that much better, but like Samus Returns to Dread, like 3D World doesn't exist without 3D Land, and 3D Land is still absolutely fucking wonderful. It's such a good game. It's got a ton of content in it. It looks great. It does some really clever stuff with the 3D screen if your eyes can handle that kind of thing. Like, that does actual puzzles with, playing tricks on your eyes through the 3D segments, which is, like, really fucking cool. Mario 3D Land's great. It is phenomenal and super worth $11.
Yeah, didn't even consider it because I fucking hate it.
Because you don't like Mario.
Didn't consider that. Didn't consider fucking Luigi. Was like, nope, I'm out. Nope, and right the fuck out. I do understand that I probably shouldn't do that.
It's just like with me and Pokemon. Like, we're just opposites. We're just doing opposite sides of this thing.
Yeah. For my last game, I had $6 left, and for the $6, I think you should buy Sushi Striker.
Yes,
because Sushi Striker is such a cool game.
Especially on the 3DS, that game needs touchscreen.
It really does. It's super duper fun. I really like it. It's just this really weird puzzle game where you're like eating a bunch of sushi and then throwing plates at people. It's fucking great. It's so stupid. I love it. It's anime nonsense throughout the entire story. There's fucking talking cats and weird samurais that are eating sushi. It's fucking amazing. And it's $6.
Sushi Striker is great, especially at that price.
And it's a good, like, I wanted a puzzle game. There you go. Done and done. And that's my list. I'm out. Punching out, Maverick.
Right. I got two more. And I think they're two more absolute doozies. First off, for $13, Super Street Fighter 4. 3D edition. This game's a goddamn miracle. Like that this game works as well as it does on the 3DS is amazing.
The way you feel about Shovel Knight is the way I feel about fighting games on handheld.
Here's the trick with this one in particular. The trick with this one in particular is that they did this crazy bit with the touchscreen where you could assign special moves to the touchscreen. So you don't have to do any of the wacky-ass controller movements. Like, is this the best way to play Street Fighter 4? Abso-fucking-lutely not. But it is a very functional, portable version of my favorite Street Fighter with a unique first-person mode, which is fucking stupid. Oh my god, I love this game. I played a lot more of this than I should because like it's still Street Fighter 4 and it still feels like Street Fighter 4 even though I'm nowhere near as good at it because of the system that it's on, like the platform that it's on. My doing complex movements just doesn't work for me on a handheld like this. But even so, I still got so much fun out of Street Fighter 4 on this. It's such a great game. So $13. Abso-flogging-lutely.
Yeah, then, the only portable fighting game that I have truly played a ton of was the Soul Calibur on PSP because it had Kratos.
Yeah.
So I was like, I mean, all right.
And, you know,
that's fine.
It's a 3D fighter, and you're using that, like, 3D nub, which...
It's just a little different, yeah.
It is. It's a different... It's easier on the thumb, I find, to do the 3D kind of things on a handheld than not. But... My last one is for $15. Then is Ultimate NES Remix. I adore NES Remix.
I did consider that.
And this version for 3DS is really a very good version. It plays great. You know, as great as it can. The trouble with NES Remix is that they're all based on that absolutely dreadful Wii U NES emulation.
Right.
But that said, the 3DS one still works great. Looks good enough. It's just a great game. NES Remix is so wonderful, and I'm so sad that it hasn't come to Switch. Like, with the better NES emulation, come on, please, pretty please, and then do Super NES. Make it happen.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, it's really fun. That's a really good list.
Yeah, thank you. So
this
let's see.
I would say
cut?
ultimately, well, all right. So I cut, you know, besides some of the like. There are some games that are crazy expensive for this.
Kid Icarus Uprising was $48 goddamn dollars.
Yeah,
and I tried.
It's just too much.
I cut Steel Diver, Pilot Wings, Street Fighter, and Ultimate NES Remix, and it still wasn't enough. I was like, I can't do it. I can't justify it. I just can't. It's one of my favorite 3DS games. It's such a good game, but God, $48 loose?
I know.
How the hell did that happen?
That's how I feel about Metal Gear Solid 3D Snake Eater.
Oh my god, that's another
$78. Like,
that's
oh my god,
one.
I think it's so cool, and I played through it on my 3DS, and I fucking loved it.
I didn't even sniff it. Like, I would love to play that version
though,
of it, but no.
Nope, the Layton games are really expensive on 3DS. Metroid Prime Federation Force is $53.
God,
which
no.
is silly. Angry Birds Star Wars, because I was like, maybe if I need a $5 game, I'll throw that on there. Because fuck it, Angry Birds. Animal Crossing New Leaf is only $14. But
that's a good one.
I mean, that was such a huge 3DS game. Like, I would say for a couple of years, that was like the defining 3DS game. Almost,
yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Bit Trip Saga is $12.
That was on my list. Yeah, Bit Trip Saga for $12.
Yeah.
I did have the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and New Super Mario Brothers 2, whatever. Sega 3D Classics Collection is another big one. That's phenomenal. And it was $21. It's a little spicy, but those 3D classics were all great.
Are
and
really
the fact
cool.
That the fact that there was a physical cart, just lovely.
I cut Monster Hunter Generations. It's not the best version of Monster Hunter, but again, it was like, if I need a $5 game. Super Mario Maker. The Nintendo Selects one is only $9.
That's rough, man. That 3DS version of Mario Maker is rough.
It is, but it's so cool and interesting. You know?
It is, but like what makes really Mario Maker so good is the ability to play other people's courses, and like you can't even really do that anymore. It is a fascinating thing.
It's tough. It's a cool thing, though, for $9. And then Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call Limited Edition was $8, just because it's a fucking weird ass.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah. I think ultimately what I would say, though, is like, if you are thinking about starting a physical 3DS collection, fucking don't. Because like this this is a really expensive system to collect for.
Right now,
like,
it is.
Any of the games that you would want are expensive. You're not getting it to, like, you can get a bunch of cheap shit, but it is cheap shit is what you're getting. You know, when you start getting down into, like, the sub $10 games on the 3DS, I mean, you're looking, I mean, Super Smash Brothers is $10. But you're looking Hello Kitty Picnic and Lego The Hobbit, How to Train Your Dragon, Barbie Dreamhouse, Ben 10, the Mario Tennis Open, like, I was okay. You know? There's a lot that's down in this area that's not very good. And for shit you would want, you know, Metal Gear, the Castlevania games, they're fucking really expensive.
Oh my god, yeah.
So, you know, don't. is my suggestion.
So
did we have we had some readers, right?
We did. We have a couple of listener ones to get to, and one of the things that our first one, Trashman, did was a bunch of digital games that just need to be mentioned because it's sad that they're no longer available. And looks like they mentioned a handful of the ones that I would notice. So I'll get to that in a minute. But first up, Trashman says 3DS prices are still pretty high across the board. That is absolutely true. First up, Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds for $19. If you don't like this game, no one can help you. It's true. No one can help me. Codename Steam, $5. Yeah, that's a good point. Codename Steam. Abraham Lincoln fakes his own death in order to lead fictional characters from American literature to save the Earth from Lovecraftian aliens, made by the same people who did Advance Wars, Fire Emblem, and WarioWare.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I would like to say that I don't understand how that game didn't catch on, but I understand exactly why that game didn't catch on. And it's because of all the words you just said. Yeah. I bought it and played it for like 5 minutes and said, I don't get it. I want to. I wish I did.
For me, though.
I feel like it is for you. I think you should give it another try.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight, $33. Stellar platformer with original characters and story. Funny, smart, and great music. Is this title better than classic Mega Man? I think objectively it might be.
Ooh, I don't know that I go that far.
Yeah, I don't know that I go that far either. Because, yeah. It's close.
But it's fucking good.
It's in that conversation, which is saying something.
For sure.
Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call for $14. Someone at Square Enix decided to take the Final Fantasy orchestrations and make a rhythm game out of them. Feels intuitive to play, and they added a bunch of additional content over the original title. It's true. Yeah. James Noir's Hollywood Crimes for $4. I've never heard of this before. You are a contestant on a game show in the 1960s and also possibly a murderer. Throw in campy FMVs with a variety of puzzles and you have the makings of a third-party Professor Layton-esque title. I have never heard of this before. Fascinating.
Yeah, let's see. I do not know that.
Mario and Luigi Dream Team for $19. Fourth installment of the Mario and Luigi series. Lots of polish. Cool. Stuff he had to cut: Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack, 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, and Cave Story 3D. Yeah, those are indeed cuts. I thought about Cave Story 3D as well. I like the 2D version of Cave Story better than the 3D one. It's still neat though, and it's still, as far as I know, it's still only on the 3DS. That's the only way to play the 3D one. Anyways,
I think so.
As an aside, I'm going to mention a travesty of games that you can no longer get legally in any shape or form for 3DS. Pushmo. This game is fucking fantastic and everyone should give it a try. So good it got 2 sequels that you can't purchase anymore either. That's right. Pushmo, Crashmo, Pushmo, it wasn't Pullmo. It was Pushmo, Crashmo, and something else. I don't know. The Pushmo games are great. I'm so sad that they're not available anywhere anymore. Pocket Card Jockey. Someone mixed horse racing with solitaire, and it's awesome. I really tried to get into this one a few months ago. It didn't click with me, but I'm going to try again because I love everything about these sentences. Like, I like solitaire, I like horse racing. I wasn't able to wrap my head around the rules, and it just didn't click. Dylan's Rolling Western, that's another good one. You're an armadillo cowboy ranger who needs to protect villages from rock monsters. Really well done tower defense. It also got 2 sequels on the system, which you can't get anymore. I always thought that
kids used to say armored dildo every time, like unironically. It was hilarious.
I always
Daddy, look, it's an armadillo. Yes, it is, kids.
It sure is. Gotta record that and play it when you're older. Keep that in my pocket. I always thought the character designs in Dylan games were great. I love the character designs. I wish they'd port them to Switch.
Yeah.
Do it. And then Box Boy.
Do it,
take
Doug.
QB and make some boxes. Really good puzzle platformers. Oh, guess what? It got 2 sequels only on the 3DS as well. Yeah, there were 2 sequels only on the 3DS, but there is a Box Boy game on the Switch, which is also fantastic and gets my highest recommendation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Box Boy games are great, and they are lost in time currently. I would add 3D Classics Kid Icarus to any list because it is far and away the best way to play the original Kid Icarus. It is
It's really good.
Fucking masterful. Geez, I don't know what other digital-only games. Sakura Samurai, I think, is a really cool and interesting title. Gunman Clive. Yes.
I mean, I know that there's isn't there a Wii U or is it on Switch?
Yeah,
I think
it's on Switch
made
too.
It everywhere.
It's everywhere.
But
yeah,
that was such a 3DS thing for me.
Yeah,
Gunman
Clive.
A game that really took advantage of the 3D.
Looked
really
great.
Worked, was clever. Just loved it.
Attack of the Friday Monsters is a cool game that I need to put more time into. I think Chibi Robo Photo Finder is really cool. I also liked Ziplash, but I wouldn't put it on my list. But just as a list of games that you can't get anymore, Chibi Robo Photo Finder is neat. Gunman Clive 1 and 2, Harmonite. Oh my god, Harmonite is so good. Yeah. And it's just gone. Ika-chan, which I think you can still get Ika-chan for free on PC, but it was only like a couple bucks on 3DS. That's the game that the dude who made Cave Story did before Cave Story. It's super short, but it's really interesting, cool little thing. As much as, oh my god, that's something I can't believe I skipped over. I'll come back to that. Mutant Muds.
I mean, fuck that dude so hard, though.
Did you see what happened this week?
This week? I mean, we talked about it last week. What happened this week?
Game Explain interviewed him. Right?
Okay.
That's not a small channel. We talked about him last week where a tiny little channel interviewed him and didn't ask anything about Hatch Tales. So Game Explain posts that they sat down and interviewed Jules Watson about some DS game that never got released. And I responded on Twitter, please tell me you asked him about Hatch Tales. And he said, we did. There's a whole bit about it at the end of the video. I was like, well, shit, that's great. Awesome. Thank you. So I go to the end of the video and they do a whole thing explaining that Hatch Tales was a Kickstarter and it's been a while since it's been remarked on. And Jules goes into this whole thing about how they make video games. They're a game making company, not a PR company. They don't know how to entertain people while making a video game.
But
nobody is asking to be entertained. There is 0 Kickstarter backers who want you to entertain them. We want to know what you did with our money. So while he's going on this whole thing, man. He's going on this whole thing about where the game's still being worked on. Some people think that we use the money on other games. That's not true. Yeah, fucking prove it. All right. You've been quiet it's been 15 months since your last Kickstarter update. You need to say more than that, but that's neither here nor there. He's in this very strange headspace that I don't agree with, but he's not really being reductive about it. He's being kind of an ass because he thinks he knows what we want. He's like, we're adding a whole bunch, you're going to get the game that you paid for and a whole lot more. Okay, thanks for saying something, but the guy that was hosting the video pissed me off to no end, because when he started talking about the Kickstarter and saying that that people thought he was using his money for something for other stuff, or the games could come in, he's like, yeah, come on guys, just relax. I'm sorry, fucking relax. This guy solicited, he asked people to give him money to make this game. Now, we didn't seek him out. None of the Kickstarter backers said, you know what? You need to do a Kickstarter and make a new version of this game. Nobody did that. This was his idea. And then he asked people for money, which we then gave him, and then he made other games. He said we needed those other games to continue funding. We needed to make those other games to continue funding Hatch Tales. No, you didn't. You decided to make Hatch Tales into some super large thing that nobody asked you to do. That's not what you got paid to do. That you want to do that, fine, good for you. Make a sequel after you've delivered what you promised. And you do not tell people that have had their money seemingly stolen and then ghosted for years to fucking relax. It was and it was the way he said it. It was the most condescending, thoughtless shit. I couldn't believe it. That the stuff that Jules was saying about the project was like, you're not making me happy, but at least you're talking about it. And I can kind of see where you're coming from. I don't agree with it, and I think it's incredibly shitty, but at least I can kind of see the angle you're coming from. But this little shit saying on that channel that everyone who is upset about the fact that he hasn't said a word to anyone in 15 months, or that anyone who tries to reach out to him gets blocked on Twitter, that we should just relax? That we're overreacting? No, absolutely not. That is unreal. That made me so mad. So I went to the Kickstarter page and posted the interview and said, just beware, this is probably going to piss you off. But then the next day, Jules actually updated the Kickstarter page. Now let me go ahead and pull this up. Now, mind you, it's been 15 months. May of last year was the last time there was an update on the Kickstarter page. The page where people paid you the money you asked for. So it's been some time. August 3rd, 2023. This is what he has to say. Hey, yokes. Get it? Like hashtags?
Like it's like you bunch of eggs.
I hope you're having an awesome day. We're bursting at the seams to share more details about Hatch Tales with you, but we want to make sure the game is presented in the best way possible so fans old and new have the perfect experience with our feathered baby. Our most recent plan was to reach Hatch Tales in early 2023, but we're still working on the game. 5 years later, the game is big and we're super enthusiastic about how everything is coming together, but we're not quite finished yet. We have needed to release other games during development to help fund the continued work on Hatch Tales. I can see how this sounds counterintuitive, because it fucking is, but these games are programmed by folks who are not working on Hatch Tales in addition to myself and others. I don't care who's making them. If they work for a TUI, you're paying them. And how are you paying them? With the money you got from us.
Yep.
Anyway, beyond the name change from Chicken Wiggle Workshop to Hatch Tales, we have also put a ton of work into how all the amazing content we've created over the years is best presented to the player in the game itself, as well as through the marketing materials on the eShop and beyond. You and the game deserve the best experience we can deliver. We are extremely jazzed about what we've come up with, and we think you'll be really jazzed about it too. Thank you for your patience and understanding. We'll have more details closer to hatch time. The attached image is a fresh, new, and exciting main menu, replacing the previous screenshot shared. So he showed a picture of the main menu.
Ooh.
That's our update. Something that doesn't make any... It says it sounds counterintuitive because it is counterintuitive. Like, I get what you're saying. You needed more money than what you raised for the project. So you released other games to make more money for the project, but the only reason you needed more money is because you increased the scope of the project without running it past your investors. Now, I reached out to Jules personally to invite him on the show to talk about this shit, which I guarantee he won't do, because, I don't know, we have a tiny audience, and But
also, he definitely should. Who the fuck am I? I don't know shit. He'd be totally fine coming on and talking to me.
That's the thing, like...
You're like, oh, that sounds pretty good, Jules.
I promised. I was like, I have no interest in any sort of gotcha moment. I just want to give you a platform to explain what you've been doing for years. Because no matter what you release...
With everybody's fucking money, dude.
No matter what it is, no matter how amazing you think what you're making is, it's not going to make up for what you did. You took money, you spent it on something else... And then you delivered something that wasn't what you promised. Whether you think what you're delivering is better than what you promised or not is immaterial.
Right.
You asked us to give you money to make this thing, and you made that thing instead. And that's something that you owe an apology for. Because I don't know if you noticed, there was no apology in that entire thing.
Nope.
That whole statement did not contain a "we're sorry" or anything. No taking responsibility. The last quick update was from May 16th, 2022, and you had the gall to get on here and not so much and say, "Sorry, it's been a while." No apologies.
What's up, yolks? No, just starting with a joke.
Has absolutely no concept that he owes anyone an apology. He has said during the interview with GameXplain that people were upset, and rightfully so, but that's still not an apology. You've acknowledged that we have a right to be upset. Thank you. That's step one. How about explaining yourself?
But also, fuck off, dude. Like, it's been years, man. Like, that's just not years. That's just not fucking cool. That's just not cool.
This project was funded. When did it get funded? It should say it right near the top. I'm sure of it. Farts. This is going to bother me. I feel like it should say. Oh, you know what? It might say it back on my projects page. Where is Chicken Wiggle Workshop? Where'd you go? Stars, Chicken Wiggle Workshop. Estimated delivery December 2018.
Yeesh.
Oof. So yeah, that made me really mad. That absolutely infuriated me.
And like,
he went and did that interview. He went and did that interview, and GameXplain went through the whole thing and completely did not hold his feet to the fire in the least about the entire situation. And in fact, turned it completely around on everyone upset about it, telling us to just relax. Just relax.
But like, we're not fucking talking about Kojima coming out and being like, so this is what's going on with like Death Stranding 2 or whatever. Like, let's be fucking honest about what these games are. They're not fucking that.
They're not.
At all.
I love Zeodrifter. I think Mutant Ones is great, but I'm never going to play through it again because it was so goddamn difficult. But
it's fine. It's fine. It's
fine. They're good stuff. They were creative. I threw $20 at this project. I'm not upset about my $20. I'm upset about the principle behind it, and the fact that you stopped giving. For a while, he was doing updates as podcasts. And nobody wanted to listen to a podcast about it. All we want is a couple of sentences. Here's what we're working on. Here's what's happening. Nobody wants you to... We're not asking for entertainment. Kickstarter backers aren't looking for entertainment. Holy shit.
They're definitely not.
I just absolutely livid. I can't believe that this is what's happening. That this project isn't dead. And this is what it is. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's wild shit, man.
And on the something that I have no horse in the race for. There's been a whole bunch of Amico updates in this last week, which has been fun. Oh my god, this other company did a YouTube thing. It was like, yeah, we got the license to make Intellivision hardware, and we're gonna make a Intellivision flashback kind of thing. We got the license for all these games, and then Intellivision was like, yeah, these guys are great. They don't have the license to do that, but they have the license to do things with these games. We're also looking forward to this FPGA system we're talking about. I'm sorry, what? You just said they can't make a system, but you're looking forward to it? What is happening right now? I'm so confused.
They're the best. I love those guys.
Amazing.
So fun.
I rewatched the H-Bomber Guy video the other day. Just because I can never... Because I wound up... This is actually a fun little rabbit hole. My kids started making the Roblox oof sound which I think is hilarious because neither of them even know what Roblox is. They've just heard it on YouTube videos. It's that oof sound that comes from YouTube videos. That's what they know it as, the YouTube oof sound. And I was like, man, I should totally watch this thing. Oh shit, that was a whole other game I should have talked about, because that led to I got recommended on YouTube Carl Jobst. Is that how you say his name? But he's been doing a whole series because he's getting sued by Billy Mitchell.
Yeah.
And like his like whole deposition is happening right now, and like, wow, that dude's fucked. That dude is extra fucked. Like he cheated and lied about it a bunch, and they've got him like dead to rights on a handful of stuff, which is fucking fascinating. But I was watching those videos, and then I saw on his channel something about Geometry Dash. Do you know what Geometry Dash is?
Yeah, I know of it.
Yeah, it's John used to talk about this game a bunch, and I thought it was something educational because he'd play it at school.
No, it's like a little
it's like Runner.
Game.
It's like Bit Trip Runner, basically. But he would play it at school with his friends, and like he would talk to me about the game a whole bunch. And then he asked me like a couple weeks ago to download the soundtrack for him, and I was like, 3 of these songs are in Castle Crashers. Oh, this is a Newgrounds thing.
What is happening?
So I looked it up, and then like Carl Jobst had this whole thing about exposing the biggest Geometry Dash cheater. I was like, oh, this is a whole ass thing. Like, this is a big game that I just don't know about.
It's a whole motherfucking thing.
So I watched this thing about this dude who had like, he had all the records on Geometry Dash and like the community, which is apparently fucking enormous.
Sure.
And like, it turns out he faked them. Because he just got fucking bored with the game, but he didn't want to he wanted to see how long he could get away with it. And like, he faked all this shit. It's unbelievable. But then I downloaded the free version of Geometry Dash on my phone. It's really good.
I really like it.
So
it's
yeah, how's that for a sidetrack?
It was a heck of a sidetrack, man.
Chicken Wiggle's gonna come out one of these days.
Nope.
Anyway, back to the 3DS starter kits. We got a couple more to read here. Duroc Pig, Samus Returns, Link Between Worlds, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Nintendo Selects, Super Street Fighter 4 3D, Mario Kart 7, Mario 3D Land for $96.97. He cut New Leaf, Paper Jam, Kid Icarus Uprising, and Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. That's a solid
Paper Jam
list.
Is pretty cool.
Yeah, Paper Jam is cool. Aardvark Soap? I don't think has this person messaged us before. Welcome. If you're a first-time messenger here, welcome. I love seeing new faces around. And if you're not a new face, I'm sorry, because I feel like I would have recognized a Day of the Tentacle thing there. But regardless, we've got Aardvark. That
doesn't sound familiar?
It doesn't sound familiar to me either. I apologize if you are familiar.
But again, almost 3 years of the starter kit.
Yeah, so regardless, thank you very much for doing this. Let's see. I mostly use my 3DS to either play download-only games. Some of my favorites include Pocket Card Jockey, Ace Attorney 6, Ferryman Puzzle, and many Virtual Console games. Virtual Console. Also, tons of great Virtual Console games on the 3DS. Holy crap. Or regular DS games. However, there is some awesome stuff that had a physical release, but because one game I refused to skip my list ended up being pretty short. Yeah, I see which one you're talking about. Oh, this is unfortunate. All right, so his first game is Picross 3D Round 2. That did not get a North American release. It was only in, I think, Japan and Europe, and since the system is not cross-compatible, that's why it didn't make my list. But holy shit, Picross 3D Round 2, absolutely, at $3.97, you better believe it. I'm a hopeless Picross addict, thank you, me too. And the 3DS was the perfect platform for these games. Still, after sinking hundreds of hours in the Picross E series, it was nice to have a bit of variation, and Picross 3D on DS was an original and equally addictive variant with craploads of content. Yes, it totally was. I freaking love Picross 3D. It's such a great game. The sequel is just more of that, and that's all it needs to be. Completely agree. Obviously, like I said, it didn't make my list because it fell outside of the scope of the program, but
you're new here, so we'll let it go.
100%.
But
great
just
pick.
This once.
But then you got...
Sorry, did you ever see Black Jeopardy with Keenan when he hosted it? There's an episode with Tom Hanks, and he goes on Black Jeopardy, and he's playing a Southerner with a Make America Great Again hat.
Oh, God.
It's so fucking, the whole thing is hysterical, but there's a moment where, like, they're laughing and joking, and Tom Hanks goes, you know what? You people are fun. Can I say that? And, like, the camera cuts over to Keenan, and he goes, we'll let you get away with it that one time. It's so fucking funny. It's so funny. Tom Hanks, Black Jeopardy. Fucking hysterical.
I'll look it up.
Anyway.
All right, next one on your list. This is a beefy one. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright for $64.86.
Holy shit. I said they were expensive. It's so fucking cool, though.
Yes, I know this game is ridiculously expensive, and I even had to take Zelda off my list to make it work, but for me, it's worth it. While I love the Ace Attorney series, I have to admit that the Japanese adventure gamey sections in between the court scenes get a bit dull after a while. On the other hand, Professor Layton series is great puzzles, but you get bombarded with so many of them throughout the game that it becomes exhausting. However, the mix of gameplay styles in this crossover solves the pacing issues of both series and works fantastically. This is a must-have for any fans of Ace Attorney and or Layton. Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to blame you for putting that on your list, because that's a wonderful game that I never played because Professor Layton pisses me off because I'm too stupid for it. But that's some me shit. I respect the hell out of this game. It's a bold play, but
that's a big, but like, I mean, it begs the question, right? And that's kind of the whole point of this segment is, like, we could have padded this out with a bunch of $8 games, you know?
Right.
You could.
Or you could do this. Like, it just comes down to what are your thoughts on it, right? Because, like, I really did think about trying to cut everything to get Kid Icarus on that list, and ultimately it turned out to me personally to not be worth it. In favor of cutting so much other great content.
But it's still pretty close.
It's close. I had to think about it.
Yeah. Like, fuck close, man.
So here's one I haven't heard of. Virtue's Last Reward for $16.70. This is the second and in my opinion, best entry in the Nonary Games series. I don't know what that is. Of escape room games combined with a branching narrative visual novel. Escape room games,
cool.
Like, is that like 999? This one gives you a literal tree of story choices revolving around characters being forced in literal prisoner's dilemma situations, where you can jump back and follow a different story branch at any time. Each branch reveals different puzzle pieces needed to solve the mystery plot. The way it's all put together is pretty clever, and unraveling it is a lot of fun. Fascinating. That's the second game that I've just completely never heard of on this list. So, good.
What is it called? It's what series?
This is the Nonary Nonary Game series.
Okay.
So I gotta look up this game, and what was the other one?
Which is
James Noir's Hollywood Crimes from Trash Man. I gotta look that one up too. Fascinating.
Okay, yeah.
And finally,
I thought you were referencing a fucking wrestler's theme song for a minute, and I got really excited, but that's Kaze ni Nare, which means become the wind. It's a very different thing.
Last one on the list is WarioWare Gold. Sorry. Oh, God. Rhythm Heaven. That's another one. Didn't get a physical release, but Rhythm Heaven, absolutely on my list for the 3DS. Rhythm Heaven, so good. WarioWare Gold, $13.61. If you can only get one WarioWare, get this one. It's an excellent compilation of visually remastered microgames from previous entries, making good use of the stylus, accelerometer, and dual screen. My favorite part is the game mode where you are a kid trying to secretly play video games after bedtime. You play microgames on the bottom screen while keeping an eye on the top screen so you can hide under the blankets whenever your mom checks in. This is an incredibly fun game. Couldn't really work on any other platform than the 3DS. Yeah, WarioWare Gold is fucking great. Well done. Yeah, really good list. Good list. And last but not least, we have Tiny Matt 3DS Starter Kit. We got Pokemon Sun and Moon Dual Pack for $20. Really? Huh. Finally, I can get Pokemon games on one of these lists and not have it break the bank. And these are two great games.
Yeah, fucking Rowlet, man. Get that motherfucker into Decidui. You're having a good time.
Mario & Luigi Dream Team for $19. I freaking love this game. Alpha Dream used just about every unique ability the 3DS had, for better or worse, to make such a fun, if oftentimes frustrating game that I really enjoyed. It's got kind of an absurd length at over 50 hours on a handheld, but it was a blast all the way through.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, man.
Yeah, Link Between Worlds, Nintendo Selects at $18. As a huge fan of Link to the Past, this game was just awesome. I just played through this recently, and it was just as awesome as when I got it and played through it back like 4 times. Nice.
Yeah,
Bravely
Kris
Default,
is super wrong.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay to live with my life choices. Bravely Default at $25 if you're a fan of classic Final Fantasy games, and this is a really fun game to play through. And Kirby Triple Deluxe at $17. I mean, it's a Kirby game. You know what you're getting at this point. Cute and adorable visuals with an incredibly dark plot.
With an incredibly fucked up story. I mean, you would really think Kirby would be, like, right up my alley.
You would think.
I really would, but that's just not my thing. I keep trying.
Wild.
Yeah.
Look, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, some of us are close.
Some of us are closer than others.
That's right. Man, now I just got fucking Minoru Suzuki's theme song going through my head. You should download it, listen to it. It's good. He's the murder grandpa. He's so fun.
I'm done. I'm cooked. It's after midnight. It's time to wrap it up. I'm gonna turn into a pumpkin. Dad, I made cheesesteak pizza tonight for the first time.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
It was pretty good, but I can't shake the feeling that it was missing something. I put a lot of shit on my cheesesteaks, including a bunch of ketchup. And I thought the pizza sauce would be enough because I also like me a good pizza steak. But it still seemed to me like it was just pizza sauce, sauteed onions, and the steak, and then provolone and mozzarella.
No peppers?
No, well, Karen doesn't. Peppers really don't agree with Karen, so I left them out. So maybe peppers is what's missing.
Leave them out of her half.
Yeah, maybe peppers is what was missing.
For sure.
Yeah, probably throw some. Because I usually put red peppers in mine.
Little roasted red pepper.
Yeah,
action.
I think a roasted red pepper that would have really tied it together. You're right. That's what was missing.
But see, I had Subway for dinner, so what the fuck do I know? Subway sucks. By the way,
now.
I'm just putting that out there. My kids really like it, and I happened to be driving. Like, I took Penn out. We did a little shopping. She's like, she wanted to start working on her Halloween costume, because she wants to go as Peppino from Pizza Tower, and she wants to make a mask like out of craft foam and shit. So like, we had to go to a bunch of different craft stores to like find foam and whatever. And as we were driving by, it was fucking Subway. Can we get Subway for dinner? We haven't had it in forever. And I was like, I know, that's because it's fucking garbage. And she was like, please, because they love it. They love it to itty bitty pieces, and it is fucking terrible.
It didn't used to be.
I really disagree with that. I really do. Like,
there was
having
a time,
grown up,
a very long time ago, where Subway was initially doing its not even revitalization thing. Like, it was when it was first getting popular. There were locations that I went to that had quality control, and that shit was delicious. And then I went years later, and it was nowhere near what I used to get out in Queens when I worked in Toys R Us. It just wasn't. And it's a bummer. I mean, but I also really miss Quiznos.
I do miss Quiz, but Quiznos was like super different and not something that you could go to like a fucking any deli worth its salt in the tri-state area. Blows Subway out of the fucking water. They weren't doing what Quiznos did though. Like, that was a different thing. But like, you go get a meatball sub from fucking Subway, or you could go to Vincenzo's fucking deli and get one.
Oh, if you're getting a meatball sub if you're going to Subway, you've got to do the things that are like unique to Subway. Like,
fuck Subway.
Yeah.
Like the sweet onion teriyaki. You kiss my ass. Fucking stupid. Hate Subway. Anyway, I hate Cheesecake Factory too. That's another thing. Oh, fucking kids always want to go to Cheesecake Factory. And this is, again, like last week, this is some shit that I hope they listen to when they're older. Just know, girls, every time Dad took you to Cheesecake Factory, he was pissed. Because it's not good, and it's super expensive.
What do you get
Shut up, phone. Yes,
Shut
it
that
is.
bitch
and
up.
like, and the menu is enormous, and like,
It is.
They do like everything, but they don't do any of it extremely well. I've only eaten there once, and I was really unimpressed.
Cheesecake Factory, and this makes me sound like a fucking asshole when I say it, and I don't mean it to be as dickheadish as this comes across. Cheesecake Factory is fancy if you've never been to a fancy restaurant. Like, if you don't know what the actual difference is, and I have been lucky enough that I have known people with enough money to take me to fancy restaurants. Like, I haven't fucking paid for any of it. You know, I've been a guest at some fancier places. But that's what most people think Cheesecake Factory is. Like, you get kind of dressed up to go to Cheesecake Factory. Or at least everybody is when I go there. You know, everybody's, like, dressed nicer than you would be when you go to, like, the fucking Outback. I don't know. It's weird. Fuck Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake's average at best. It's mid.
I don't like cheesecake in general.
Because you're a fucking monster. I think is ultimately what we've just discovered. Like, official.
It's true. I never said I wasn't.
That's fair. You never...
All right, that's it. I'm done.
For real this time.
I could stay up all night. There's no way we can't continue to find things to talk about. But then,
oh no, for sure. I got a whole list of topics burning a hole in my pocket.
I've got a busy weekend ahead of me, so I got to get upstairs and get to sleep.
I do. We are going. You have the in-laws coming. We are going down to my very old aunt's house, and because we're not sure if she doesn't come for Thanksgiving dinner anymore because she's old and she doesn't like to drive, and she doesn't like to ride in cars. That's how old she is now. But we're having Thanksgiving dinner at her house this weekend because we're not sure she's gonna make it.
Boy.
That's where I'm at this weekend, so, you know.
All right.
See.
Well,
yeah.
Godspeed. That's our show. Join us next week for the Alphabet Super Series. We're going to be doing the letter F. The game is Flashback, which I haven't started yet, which I guess I really need to do this week. I'm looking forward to it because it seems like a neat game. We are on most social media platforms, and if you want to get in touch with us, we aren't very difficult to find. All it takes is a quick look at our show notes, and you'll see links to all our social media accounts, as well as all manner of other fun stuff, like a link to our namesake, stoneagegamer.com, and more useful links than you can shake a joystick at. If you'd like to get early access to this show's episodes, as well as a bevy of other shows on the Geekade Podcast Network, check out our Patreon, also linked to in the show notes. It helps keep the show running week after week, and all our patrons are loved and appreciated. This show's theme song, Squared Roots, was written by Banjo Guy Ollie. You can learn all about his wonderful music and more by following the link to his YouTube channel, also in the show notes. And finally, as always, we'd like to thank our intrepid editor, Evan, for making the show listenable for all you folks, and we'd like to thank all you folks for listening in the first place. That is it, everybody. On behalf of Dan and myself, keep playing games.